What is up, you heathens and demons? Marty showed. Hey, what's up, Marty?
Hey, Marty.
We are live. Welcome back to A Raging Atheist. I'm your boy, Nakasuchi. Allie's here. We got Richard Mattson and Marty to start. I'm going to shoot Will a link. He's going to come in when he can, but he is working, so he's going to be not too available. If anybody wants to come in, this is an open room, free for all. Let's see if Pat shows up, because if Pat doesn't show up, then my prophecy earlier of him being a bitch comes true. But what's up, y'all? It's New Year's Eve. We're going to have fun tonight. Going to have a couple friends in the house. What better way to ring in the new year? If anybody wants to come in and hang out, we can talk about whatever you want.
We're going to be talking about the goals of the channel and stuff, too.
Yeah.
Quick reminder to everybody, I know I've been shilling the fuck out of it, but y'all are going to find out what that special Patreon reward is after the new year is rung in. So you only have a few more hours to sign up for Patreon if you want that special reward. It is a thing you're not going to want to miss out on. It's going to be exclusive to patrons. It's the only time it's ever going to be made. And even the dollar patrons do get it, though, you know, with the new Patreon rollout, you're probably going to want to donate more than $1, because we've got some special rewards coming for you guys, and we're going to be talking about those on the first stream of the new year. But I wanted to remind everybody of that. I'm also going to lay down a quick set of ground rules, because Knock is going to be indulging in all of his favorite substances tonight, so I'm going to have to be the parent. It's going to be a dumpster fire stream, but there are still a couple of ground rules. All the same rules as usual apply in the chat. We've got our amazing mod team in here. And if folks want to get in, Discord and community drama are not to be brought up. Any community drama. I don't want to hear about Steve McRae. I don't want to hear about, the shit with Messenger reveals. I don't want to hear about the stuff that happened in Discord recently. If you bring that shit up, I'm going to kick you out. And the way that Zoom works, once I kick you out, you can't come back. Like, that link don't work no more for you. And this is my Zoom. So, I'm laying that shit down right now, because we don't need that drama. We can get into a fight about ideas, but I don't care about people tonight.
Tonight, I'm right on board, so I did my Messenger stream, and in my opinion, I put out what I've wanted to say. That doesn't mean I have to be a dick to Messenger reveals. We were just having an actual nice little chat in Richard's live chat. So, Messenger knows how I feel. I finally put that out there because I've been silent, and I feel better about it. But I definitely don't want to have that come in here tonight. I would want a Christian to come in and try to start shit with me, Pat, if you want to do that, just because you talked so much smack in that chat earlier. But, I called you a keyboard warrior. I called you a little bitch, so we'll see if you are indeed a little bitch. Holy shit, what's up, Matthew Overstreet? Happy New Year, brah. Happy New Year. Good to see you here. But let's say hello to our guest. We have Richard Mattson and Marty, so what's up, y'all?
So, Naka, you broke my rules as soon as I laid them down. I gotta kick you now.
Yeah, no.
Ladies first.
I'm just hanging because I haven't hung out with Nakasuchi and these guys in a minute. So I asked Nak to save me a spot, so he did.
Yeah, it's been a while. You're a little low, Marty, but just a little. I still hear you pretty fine.
Yeah, you need to turn the gain up on your mic if you can.
Yeah, I did. I moved it a little bit away so I don't knock it over.
And you can do anything, Ann Kennedy. You can do whatever you want.
So, guys, that said, if we do have any Christians in the house who want to have a go at Knock, with the exception of 2, and y'all know who you are, so you can go fuck right off, this is a dumpster fire stream, and I'm not a mod right now, so you're going up against me too, which is going to be a lot of fun, because Knox wanted to sit back and watch me fuck with somebody, and I really would love to. I really want to get into a debate with someone tonight, so please come test your ideas in the gauntlet. I am open to changing my mind, but you're going to have to get through my education first. And I think that's going to be fun.
Yeah, and this is going to be something that I'm going to put out there for 2020. I've said it before, but if anybody out there wants to come on this channel and have a debate, I have 2 really excellent moderators, and Ali and John. It doesn't have to be a debate against me. Like say you want to have a debate, but you feel like you want to maybe curse a little more than you could on Modern Day Debate, or maybe the topic's a little more racy, you know, my channel would be fucking perfect for that shit. Come here. You know, I'm not trying to take shit away from James. I'm just saying, like, if you feel like this would be a good place for maybe a debate James wouldn't have, well, I'll fucking have it.
Well, and I'm more than happy to moderate. If y'all want to see how fair I am, go back and watch Knock versus The Room. I kept my mouth bloody shut until people were cutting each other off. In fact, I only cut in to make sure the other Christians got to talk.
Yeah.
So if you want to get into a fight and it's not with me, I'm happy to moderate it. I am a damn fair moderator. I used to actually do it for college, and I had to let, like, Nazis and shit talk, or people defending Nazi ideas, because some of the stuff we did in the debate club back then was that kind of stuff. So, like, I have experience doing this, you know, not professionally, but I have experience doing it, like, outside of just, you know, the Wild West of YouTube. I'm more than happy to help host that, and it's going to be a bigger part of the channel going forward.
Lisa for Truth is like, come on, Cupcake, get your ass in here. I would let Matt in tonight. You know, I said I would never let him on my channel. But, I mean, it's New Year's Eve. I would let Matt in on my channel tonight.
Oh,
but we haven't heard from Richard yet.
Neck.
What's up, Richard?
Peace and respect to you all. Okay, I'm putting it out there. This is New Year's Eve. You're all officially adopted by me, and I can do that because I'm older than all you guys. I can do that. So you just got to live with it. You're officially adopted. Okay.
I don't think you're too much older than me and Marty.
Damn it! Stop saying we're old, Knock.
I think Marty's older than I am. I don't know.
I got 2 months on Knock.
Yeah.
2 months older than Nakasuchi.
Yeah, Marty just doesn't look old. See, to where I'm getting white and all of that shit, you know.
I have gray hair, like it's going out of fucking
How
style.
old are you, Marty?
I'll be 43 in June.
Are you fucking are you shitting me?
No, I'm too.
Okay,
has
like
magic
fuck dear Susan for right now, because I'm not gonna stop swearing until the new year. But like, you're shitting me. You've got the babiest face, man.
Puff, I'm still on Discord, so I'll shoot you a link before I get off Discord, and I'm gonna shoot Willow a link. But yeah, just
market whatever
Ollie,
she's doing, but she refuses to tell anyone.
Without my glasses, I leave.
Yeah, I'm really glad that you guys are here, because you guys have been here since pretty much the beginning. So it's fitting that we're ringing in the new year with you guys. And like I said, if anybody wants to come in, they can. I think Allie doesn't want to have too many in at once.
Yeah, Max will take his 6, and we're going to reserve a blank spot for some Christian who wants to start shit, because that's always fun. So we're going to take 5 fans, and we'll leave 1 spot open for somebody who wants to get into a fight.
6 plus Will, because Will will be in and out. Like, once I send him the link, he's at work. He said he'll make a cameo appearance once or twice when he's on his smoke break.
Lisa, the reason that Knock and I are going to try to curb back our swearing in the new year is because Dear Susan is demonetizing everybody like a sumbitch, and like, according to Jimmy, who has done actual tests and has shown them in his videos, they're targeting the word atheist, which is literally in the name of this channel. So, like, Knock is going to be working his butt off and making this channel, like, be monetized so he can try to support himself, because he's got some serious health issues. So we're trying to triple our sub count by the end of this year, and that means that because Susan doesn't like to promote videos that are not monetized, and because swearing could get you demonetized now, we're gonna have to, you know, like, it's not sanitizing the content. He's still gonna be going after ideas as fiercely as he ever has, and we are launching that new series, which has gotten a lot of excited looks from a number of different people already. Like, I've gotten messages where people have told me some stuff that they want to see in it. But unfortunately, we need to curb back the swearing, or Knock's not going to be able to make enough money off the channel to both get himself a new computer so that his content could get better, or, you know, like, support himself, because the state sucks, and, you know, he's going to have, like, issues with his leg and foot pretty soon. Like, on a completely serious note, it's looking a little bit more dire for him, and he's going to be trying to clean a lot of his habits up, and unfortunately swearing on YouTube videos is going to be one of the ones that needs to be curbed.
Yeah, and I'm not just doing it for YouTube either. It's you know, my daughter's older now. I don't want her vocabulary to be influenced by mine. But it's not like I'll never curse. I'm a raging atheist. I'm gonna curse, but we're gonna actively really try to clean it up and not do it if we don't have to. You know, I don't have to say fuck right now, but I just said fuck, and I didn't really have to say fuck. That's what I'm gonna be working on. You know.
I swear like a drunken sailor on shore leave, so I've been talking like that since I was in like 7th grade. So, but my dad used to talk like that, so that's probably why I talk like that.
It's how we've just always talked, and it's always been my vocabulary. You know, I've read a lot of books. I have a very good vocabulary. It's just unless I'm writing it, you would never know.
I mean, sometimes it's just, it's just deserved, you have to, I mean, when sometimes that's just the only way to get your point across is by just swearing. So, I mean,
Well, and for all the folks that are worried about the side chat, like, y'all are still allowed to swear in the side chat. We just can't in the video, or, Dear Susan's going to go right through and rip the money right out from, Knox cold dead hands.
Well,
I'm looking at that gray hair of Marty, and I think those are highlights of gray. I'm not really buying the natural gray thing.
Well, I'm on camera, and I just got out of the shower, so my hair, it looks dark-ish because I just got out of the shower. But yeah, no, I started going gray in my early 30s. But apparently my grandmother on my dad's side started going gray on her early 30s. So
yeah, I usually keep my hair too short to know if I have too much gray in my hair up here, but it's coming out like right here bad. It's not even gray, it's fucking white. So.
We all know Mark 25.
There's Pat.
You can stop.
I wish. Where? There he is.
Just showed up in the chat. What's up, Pat? You want to come up in here?
Yeah, get him in here. Come on, Pat.
Hey, this is a dumpster fire stream. The only rules are the most basic rules. If somebody talks over someone else, I'm going to mute you because Zoom lets me do that. And don't use slurs, or I'm going to kick your ass the fuck out.
And we might have to we might have to go just a little bit more, because if Pat comes in, Undead Jen really wants to come in and have a conversation with Pat.
Yeah. Same. Yeah.
Oh, apparently we can't have swearing in the side chat. Apparently the community guidelines apply to side chat too.
Really?
Let's say, because they said they're coming down hard. I've seen a lot of people's channels actually get just straight up deleted for spamming chats.
Oh, that's some crapola.
Yeah, we'll have to look into that shit. Because I know I don't want to Nazi the chat too much, but yeah, I mean, YouTube is being a motherfucker right now, and they're ruining themselves. I think they're really providing an avenue for like stream services like BitChute to really kind of get a hold of what YouTube used to be. And right now BitChute is full of extremism, but if you have more and more content creators leaving YouTube for those avenues, then BitChute would probably even out a lot.
Well, yeah, because...
By the way, for what it's worth, I missed the stream this morning. You want to give me a quick TLDR of how far you got covered?
I just covered.
Because you were
a bunch
streaming
of the
when I
fundies.
wasn't even up yet.
I'm only going to do one more, Ali, and it's going to cover like the newer streams once I brought the moderation and maybe the Wilkin K drinking contest, just to show everybody how I almost
hilarious.
Killed him. I almost killed
we had
Wilkin
a couple
K.
of.
So.
You might want to cover You might want to cover the drama involving your friend who was one of the early Discord mods.
Oh, I'm drawing a blank. Let me think.
The one you got pissed off at. Vegeta, I think?
I've been trying to apologize to Vegeta. I want Vegeta to come back.
I haven't seen him in a minute.
He's over in Dragnot server a lot. I saw him in Dragnot side chat today, and I didn't say anything to him.
He raged at the anti-SJW. Like, he raged a bunch of the anti-SJW stuff at Knock, and was really mad about the way the Discord server was set up and the way that the live chat's being moderated.
Yeah, I think he would like the Discord server a lot better now, and I just regret how I went off on him for no reason because I was pissed. So you know, I do that shit. I'm stupid.
I mean, it wasn't really no reason. He was arguing that he should be allowed to use slurs whenever he wants, and that we were being Nazis by restricting him.
He was being a bit of an ass, but I went too far. And I miss the guy. Like, when I watching all those old streams with Wujita and just seeing how he was destroying people back then, it's like, oh, I miss that. I miss having Wujita in the streams.
He also bailed on you twice when he was supposed to mod
Yeah,
them.
I think that he didn't like the Discord server, you know, so maybe Discord wasn't the place for Wujita, but I would love to have him come back on the streams and be Wujita again here. I just, you know, I've always liked him.
I always like.
You know, I'm a forgiving dude. That's just how I always am. Like, I'm usually pissed for like 2 days, and then I'm not pissed anymore. Matt, if Matt's still in the chat, he knows me well. He's known me for a very, very long time, and he will tell you that I've always been like that. But Pat, man, Pat, you're here. Like, you know, if you want a link, we will send you a link. You just talking all that smack. You know, it's easy to talk smack behind a keyboard. It's very easy to do that. It's not so easy to come into a room and have a conversation. And I'm gonna be good. I'm not even drunk yet. I just finished my first drink. I'm about to go make my second drink. It's New Year's Eve. I'll be good. I know Undead Jen really wants to have a conversation with you. So come on in. We'll do this.
No, Nakasuchi, you're impossible to talk to. So difficult.
Yeah.
Terrible.
It's unapproachable. So Ollie, what are the rules on talking about what's going on with because I don't know if anybody knows what's going on with Alphabet right now.
I'm not even sure what that is.
Alphabet is the company that owns Google, YouTube, all that stuff, right? Alphabet Holdings or whatever. So literally, that's so smart. They call themselves Alphabet, right? It's smart. But so what it is Larry Page has stepped away. He stepped away last month, right? Like, he gave up everything. He stepped away from the company. So did the other co-founder of Google. And basically what they're saying is that the original crew, the people that started it, and then they brought in other people like them, the quote unquote dreamers of that, you know, like they wanted to see new stuff and open it up and create like what they quote, one of them said, quote, this magical encyclopedia, right? Which was Google. They've all basically stepped away from the company and moved away. And it's like a very different company now. So like, and they said what the catalyst before that is when Google had spent years secretly developing a censored, monitorable search engine for China. And then most of their higher level engineers were like, when they found out about it, were like, nah, we don't want nothing to do with it. If you guys go forward with this, we're leaving the company. And so they actually used their muscle to stop Google from doing that. But I think it's going to end up going through anyway.
That actually makes a lot of sense to me, because it happened with Blizzard, and it happened in World of Warcraft. You know, World of Warcraft was a fucking great game, and then, you know, the original creators of the game got mad at, you know, the CEO or whatever. They had creative conflicts, and now they all left and went and made another fucking game, which was pretty badass. Can't remember the name of it because I was a WoW head and I fucked that game, you know. But,
I still play WoW.
But WoW, it just got worse and worse and worse. You know, Wrath of the Lich King was pretty much the end of the era, in my opinion, because after that, they were placating to children instead of having a grown ass man game that was fucking hard. Like, you know, it was fucking like vanilla WoW was fucking hard, and you had to be great to get anything done, and now it's just like, you know, raid
40-man raids. Now it's like 10-man raids.
And that's funny that you say that. I apologize.
No, I was just saying, we used to fucking what was before Lich King?
Burning Crusade.
Yeah, Burning Crusade. Me and my guild, we had like 40 people. We were running fucking what the fuck? BlackRock. Like, now there's only like, 10 man raids at the most, but I still play
Yeah.
WoW. I still play WoW.
Yeah,
just got the
well,
last
I would
place
still
to
play
say.
it if I had time to. I'm
It-
not gonna lie.
It's funny that you said that though, Knock, because I remember that from growing up. Because I'm a little bit younger than you, but I'm not that much younger than you. So like, I remember from growing up that the Wrath of the Lynch King was the last time I remember grown adults talking passionately
Yeah.
about WoW in public.
Mhm.
Yeah, Cataclysm kind of divided the community. Like, first off, it split the people who had it from the people who didn't. You couldn't raid together anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, second, it also split the community because they way oversimplified the pathing on on all the different trees and everything, so that custom builds basically could not function anymore.
Yeah.
And like the classes started feeling the same.
Yeah, the only good thing about Cataclysm was those first 2 days when you were rolling with your guild and just exploring the new world because everything got fucked up, right? Like those were the best. That was the best part of Cataclysm. Those
And
2
I mean,
days.
the story was fucking great too. Like you
Yeah,
felt
the story
super
was good.
bad for
Yeah.
Syndragos' partner. Like he went mad.
The story was good, but the raids were shit. It was shit.
And then your quest reward greens were better than the fucking shit that you got on your 40-man raids. That I didn't fucking
Yeah,
like.
I done got us all into WoW now. Like
I
my
mean,
fault. My
well,
fault.
Here's the question: Horde or Alliance?
Oh, I was always Alliance.
Ah!
I was always Alliance.
Horde.
All right.
For the
Knox, you're
Horde.
Alliance. I'll. You're
I'm
good,
sorry,
Knox,
sirs.
Alliance.
I'm sorry.
No, for the Alliance. I
For
have
the
a couple-
Horde.
I have a couple Horde.
We were
alts.
the motherfucking
Um,
underdogs, man. Like we were the underdogs. The Alliance were pretty racist, so everybody played the fucking Alliance. Like y'all
Well-
ran with the Herd, and I ran with the Horde. All right.
Well, I will say this: I don't do PvP often ever because I'm not that good at it. But the few times I did do PvP, the Horde were fucking on it. All the Alliance, every time I ever played PvP, the fucking Alliance just sucked. No communication. The Horde was on it. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
because there were so few of us, we bloody knew each other.
I didn't like the cross server stuff. That I don't like.
Well, but like I guess getting off of things because people are getting bored in the chat a little bit. This is a reminder, guys. You need to smash that like button for Priapus. Like he is the unofficial god of this channel. Like at the very least, he's the unofficial god of the Discord. And he wants you to smash that like button. We got 33 people and 12 likes. So someone's doing something wrong here.
I'm just laughing because it sounds like Marty got her geek talk room. What'd you call it?
My nerd wars. It exists.
Nerd
I just
Wars.
don't have anything on it yet. I have to.
You're
send
just
emails.
having it right here tonight on Naka's channel instead of on your own. It's the same show.
Well,
Yeah.
I have to send out emails. I have to set up topics. I already have the first one. I have artwork for the channel. I have to figure out when I'm going to do it because I don't have my normal 9 to 5 schedule that I used to have anymore. My schedule now varies again, so it depends on when I can actually have it. But I have the actual channel. I just haven't gotten around to putting shit on it. So once I do, I'm sending links to all of you guys with channels so you can all pimp my channel out and give me subscribers.
Hey, I better get an invite to at least one of these fights. Nerd shit is my shit.
Yeah,
it's a great concept. Like you really need to start it up. I will help you get people on that shit.
Yeah, I might take you up on that.
Because I want to see fucking Godless Engineer and Cirrus debate Star Wars, Star Trek.
Yeah, that'll be one. The first topic is obviously going to be who's the superior captain, Kirk or Picard.
Picard.
Picard
Would kick Kirk's
Picard.
ass.
Yeah, I would say totally Picard.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
gonna do like it'll be Kirk versus Picard, and then the next one will be Janeway versus Cisco, and then for wild card, I'm gonna throw in whoever wins out of one of those to be whoever versus Archer, and then to see who the ultimate Star Trek captain is. That's gonna be the sequence. But I don't like Janeway as a captain. Just throwing it out.
Like I've never understood that that dichotomy or that question, who's better, Kirk or Picard, because to me that's like, who's a better captain, Leela or Zach Brannigan?
Well, Leela, duh. Leela.
that's pretty good.
Well, some people,
I think it
prefer-
depends on your
I
generation.
mean, Zach Brannigan is literally a spoof of like Kirk. So
Yeah.
I think if you grew up on Captain Kirk, you would say Captain Kirk, and if you grew up on Picard like I did, you would say Picard. The
Well,
problem is, Picard has
The problem
new
is
shit
is-
out. Captain Kirk is way old.
Well, it's not just like Captain Kirk. His entire thing was like he was going to sleep with anything that had two legs and something resembling a vagina.
That was the best
And
part
also-
of Captain Kirk. He was fucking aliens, yo.
Yeah. Oh,
Well,
duh.
and also his stupidity endangered his crew more often than not. Whereas like Picard's altruism endangered his crew. So like I would rather have somebody who's cleaning up after their crew, who's like, I want to help people and that's what gets everything fucked up, versus I want to fuck people and that's what gets everything fucked up.
Yeah.
Like I feel
Yeah, I
like
agree.
motivation matters here.
I agree. Like I don't know if anybody ever played Mass Effect, but the Shepard character is definitely like, taken after Captain Kirk. There's some nerd shit for you.
But yeah, I will get the channel hopefully in the new year. I have a 3-day weekend this weekend. I have a 3-day weekend the following week. So hopefully I will send out some emails. I need
That would be a good
moderator.
channel.
I need so I will.
I mean, and like Hamill makes a good point. Kirk killed more red shirts than anybody.
Yeah, he got
That's
folks
true.
smoked. He got a lot of youngsters smoked.
That's true.
And I mean, like, even Picard, like the worst things that Picard's the only person who ever got out of the Borg, too. Remember that entire sequence? Like, he is the only person who ever got out of the fucking Borg. And he faced down Q, who's effectively a mad god. So, like, Picard's a badass, and he would kick Kirk's ass.
But
Yeah.
you know who I always had the most respect for was the bartender, because she was on a whole nother level.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say
I
Quark.
Yeah,
think
she
the
was a
character's
boss.
name
Bartender.
I think the character's name was Gaia or whatever. but,
Yeah. Something like that.
her character, she spoke whenever Q would pop up, she spoke to him as if they were equals.
Yeah, I think it turned out she was something like some special type of character. I can't
She
remember.
was some kind of ascended being.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
her-
what's
her
crazy.
name
to me.
was
I like, but
Gaia.
she's so humble. What?
What's her name, Gaia?
Yes.
Yeah, I think
That's
it
what
was
I thought
Gaia.
it was. I thought it was, but I thought it was Gaia, but I wasn't.
But hey, I mean,
Probably
even
not.
Picard had his problems, though. Shut up, Wesley. I mean, like, he was basically eye fucking Wesley's mother through the entire time that she was a part of the show.
Didn't they do it?
Yeah, I thought they
They
fucked.
did in the past,
thought they
like
did.
multiple times. They were totally in love with each other, but
He also
Picard
got the
like
empath
was more
chick.
devoted.
That empath chick was hot.
Yeah, she was.
Oh my god.
She was.
Talk about Deanna Troy.
Yeah, she was pretty hot. I liked.
I'm on my second drink and I'm already spilling my shit everywhere. This is gonna be a
jeez.
fucked up night.
All right.
Go ahead, Allie.
Well, I was gonna say. So, is there anything like particularly contentious that we think would be interesting that we all know we disagree on? Because even Kirk versus Picard, everybody here seems to agree that Picard is better. So this isn't even a debate.
Except for Richard.
Let's have somebody
Richard
put
is
forward
definitely a
an
Captain
unpopular
Kirk dude.
opinion.
Contentious.
No, I think Richard's a Gaia fanboy. That's what it sounded like. Gaia's better than everybody.
But he definitely said Captain Kirk with the original question.
Did you, Richard? I mean, I don't mind Kirk.
I'm just saying, when you have something that works, it doesn't need improved on.
But like TNG did so much more with the story than TOS did.
You know way too
Yeah.
much, Ali. I don't even know what that means.
Next Generation versus the
Oh,
original
okay.
series.
Yeah, all right. I'm more of a Star Wars fanboy.
Yeah, me too. I prefer Star Wars to Star Trek.
I know
But
Pat is
I-
hiding now. Pat, yeah,
Did he leave?
I think Pat just made our bitch made T-shirt when we make it, right?
Bitch made. Yep. When we update the back of that shirt, like Pat's now on the bitch made list. Which, by the way, those shirts are technically going to become limited edition at some point because we're going to update the list every time that somebody else gets bitch made. So, like, if you have
Yeah.
an older one, then that'll mark you as a fan.
I've got so much work to do, y'all. Like, my edited videos are going to be 2 or 3 weeks out because, yeah, I've got to roll out Patreon and I've got to roll out T-shirt designs to get T-shirts going for all the T-shirts that we want to get going. So I'm gonna be busy. So like edited content for the first of the year is gonna be a whole lot of Raging Atheist reacts because that takes like an hour. So.
Well, and we're going to be rolling out that new like criticism series, which
Yeah.
I've been doing lots of research on the symbolism in. Surprisingly, nobody's looked at it from that angle. However, I have found lots of notes of Calvinism, and I think we're going to have to do multiple videos for each individual movie
Oh, yeah,
because
definitely.
each one has different aspects to it.
Yeah.
But like the prequel trilogy in particular is hardcore Calvinist in so many different ways, and I really want to dig in to that
So,
because that's going to be so much fun.
Are we starting episode 1 and just going through?
We're going to be doing the original Star
All right, that's
Wars
what I
to
thought.
start with, like the original trilogy. Then we're going to do the prequels, and then I'm going to have some opinions about the new series.
I haven't
But,
seen the last one yet.
uh,
I definitely have opinions about Return of the Jedi or
Count me-
the Last
The
Jedi.
Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Count me in.
I have an unpopular opinion about The Last Jedi, and that's that I think that it is the most innovative and interesting of the new trilogy.
I fucking
and
loved
the
it.
other
I
two
loved it.
felt
I
like
thought it was
sucking
fucking
me in.
awesome. I mean, I was
Oh
a,
God.
I
I
thought it was the best of it, and that's why I hate the last one.
I mean, I was disappointed in the course that they took with that trilogy because there were better stories out there. There were better books out there that they could have used to where Leia was a all-out fucking Jedi and even more powerful than Luke. I was disappointed they didn't use that storyline, but I thought The Last Jedi really.
That was fucking great.
I thought
Well,
it
this
made
is
up.
spoilers for
It
the
made
first-
up for what The Force Awakens lacked, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Well,
Force
this is the
Awakens was
first-
really disappointing. It was really disappointing.
Well, this is like spoilers for the first 5 minutes of like Return of the Jedi's or of the newest movie. So anybody who doesn't want to know about the first literal opening 5 minutes of the film, close your freaking ears for a half
Yeah,
second.
I've already spoiled
But,
it for
like,
myself, so.
Leia becomes Rey's master, which I thought was a brilliant move. But like, I'm not going to get too much into the opinions because I don't want to chase a bunch of our audience off. But I hated this last movie, or rather, I disliked it. I have an unpopular opinion that as an individual movie, it's not bad. Like, there's nothing that's specifically wrong with it as an individual movie. But the problem is the fact that it does not fit into the series as a cohesive unit. It fits with the first movie and tries to erase the second one. And that's my problem
and,
with
and
it.
that's what I've read about it. I've heard a lot of people that's seen the movie that loves it, but what I've read about
I
it,
think it's a lot of fun to watch, but like if you have any emotional investment in the series at all, and especially if you like the second movie, you're going to walk out disappointed.
yeah,
So it would have been
Really?
really good standalone.
Yeah, it would have been great standalone. And in fact, had the second movie not changed everything about the series, which again, there's a lot of angry fanboys that, Disney's like, I watch YouTube. I've been listening to all the angry commentators. Like, I'm just going to
Yeah.
stroke your dick as hard as possible. Like, it's okay, honey. I'll even grab the balls and massage it a little bit. Like, it's okay. We've been listening. It's still Star Wars. Here's all the things that you hated. It's all reversed. That movie didn't happen. It's okay. It's like the same thing they did with the midichlorians shit.
yeah, and I never got the hate on The Last Jedi. I just never got it. Like I thought it was.
The Last Jedi was fucking amazing.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, it's so
I
good.
wish that they had went with the different story to where Luke was more of an active Jedi. But for this story, Luke's character was perfect. It was perfect for this story. And to try to take away from that shit, I don't know. I haven't seen the new movie, so I haven't seen. I have spoiled it for myself. I know, who's Rey's dad
Don't
is.
say it,
I'm not
'cause
gonna
I haven't
put it out
seen
there.
it.
But I'll wait for it to come out on DVD because I'm not gonna go and get pissed off in a movie theater. So
I mean, the problem with the prequels.
No, we're
Was-
talking about literal fan service AR. That's the joke. We're talking about like dick stroking that corporations do when they feel like they fucked up. We're talking about the parade of angry fanboys who fucking hated 8 because oh god, something
And-
that resembles the
let's be honest.
F word, by which I mean feminist.
we're talking about
Yeah.
Disney. I mean, I think that if you've read anything about Lucas's ideas for this trilogy and how just Disney ignored them, if you've read about it, I think you'd be highly disappointed with Disney for the direction they went.
I mean,
Well-
honestly, the second movie was goddamn brilliant. You know what? The movie's been out for over 2 years, so if y'all don't want spoilers, you can fuck right
And
off.
I've also heard that The Mandalorian was really good. I haven't seen it personally, but
I
I've
still
heard
have to
that
see
it's good.
too.
I went and actually saw the Solo movie, and I actually
Solo
did not
was-
mind the Solo movie. It
Solo
wasn't
was
fun.
fun.
Bad. It wasn't good. It was okay.
It was a fun movie to watch.
I haven't watched
so.
that yet either. It's on Netflix. I should, but like I don't have time.
was
You know,
a- it
we're
was a fun
gonna
movie
start
to watch.
studying. We're gonna watch A New Hope. Me and my daughter is on Sunday. I'm only gonna have time to watch one of them, but my research starts on Sunday, Ellie. So
Well, I want in on that stream. Not. I'm a Star Wars. I'm wearing Star Wars pants and a Star Wars sweatshirt.
what we're doing, Marty, is we're looking for Christian connotations in Star Wars. So
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
the new series, which we haven't decided a name on yet, but the new series is going to be looking for Christian themes in sci-fi, fantasy, and horror, things that are not explicitly Christian. So
Okay.
basically, we're looking for stuff like your, dies and goes to heaven. We're looking for angels and demons, but much less explicitly, we're looking for things like Calvinism. We're looking for like biblical allegories. We're looking for subtle and not so subtle Christian influence in media that's not explicitly Christian.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna
I'm
have to
down
go
with
and
that.
watch this. What's this series you guys are talking about? Star Moors or was it again?
Star
we don't have a
Wars.
name for our
Star
series
Wars.
yet, but the movies are Star Wars. You've never seen
The
Star
movies.
Wars, Richard?
You never seen Star Wars?
I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna write it down right
Where
now.
the fuck
Oh my
have you
God.
been your whole
I'm
life?
just
Alright.
kidding, guys.
Oh,
I'm
was
oh,
kidding.
shit. I'm gullible,
wearing
Richard. Don't do that to
I'm
me.
wearing my Star Wars sweatshirt and my Star Wars pajama pants. So I'm all
Oh,
ready to
Lady
talk about some Star
Tasha,
Wars.
Lady Tasha up in the chat.
What's up,
What's
Lady
up, Tasha? Me and Tasha gonna be talking on Sunday. I can't wait.
Speaking of Sunday, are you and I doing our cupcake stream on
Yes,
Sunday?
we are. Yes, we are. We
I knew
are
a
getting
couple of
back on that
disappointed
this
people
Sunday.
who missed us out on Sunday.
Yeah, I had to work, and then I just, I've been trying to get, I get obsessive. So when I start something, I want to finish it. I almost did before New Year's, not quite though. And my OCD is just like, I really want to just like bash my head against the fucking desk right now because I didn't finish when I wanted to. But I only got one more episode left.
Oh, that reminds me. Another thing we need to announce. Anybody here who has experience with an eating disorder or who has an
Thursday
eating
night.
disorder currently, Thursday night on Seeing Red, we are going to be doing an open room, kind of like the mental health, the self-harm stream. We're going to have the same hardcore rules that we did before. I'm going to be sharing my story because I have one. But we are inviting people who either professionally treat people with eating disorders, if we have any of those in our audience, people who've had an eating disorder, if you have a loved one that you can use an alias for, somebody very close to you, like a partner or a family member who you've watched struggle with one. Those are the kinds of stories that we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about how they develop. We're going to be talking about the societal influences around them, and not just, oh, look, the media, but even the way that we reinforce it on each other. Because, like, I've even been fat shamed in the chat when my cameras come on a couple of times, which, by the way, as of Friday, I am going to have a streaming and editing computer. We got a monetary gift from my in-laws, and my husband decided to invest it in my business stuff. So you guys are going to get to see me on camera because I'm going to be in my office. So starting in the new year, not this Thursday, not this Seeing Red, but on Sunday, you guys will get to see what I look like.
Hell yeah. And
Because I'm not camera shy. I'm just sitting on my bed, and y'all don't want to see that.
if anybody fat shames anybody in my chat, that should be like an immediate hide. Immediate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not cool.
I mean, shit. You start fat shaming me because I put on like 45 pounds. Just watching all them
Yeah.
old streams, I'm like, that was a thin
$45
$45.
Yeah, I once I hit late 30s and I stopped getting a period, I went from 120 to like 145, 150 in about less than a year. So,
I am highly
Doesn't-
disappointed in Pat. I'm really disappointed in Pat. Like, I
you
was
didn't
hoping I was wrong.
made.
you didn't really think he was going to come in, did you not?
I mean, I was hoping I was wrong. I told him he wouldn't. I told him he was a keyboard warrior and he was a bitch.
Come on.
But,
Shout out to Titan Uranus.
yeah, what up,
What's
Titan?
up, Titan? Shout out to Lady Tasha again. I haven't gotten a chance to meet
Like,
you, but you seem boss from some of the old streams and stuff that I've watched. I would love to get to know you.
Allie, have you figured out Titan Uranus's name yet?
Yeah, I know.
All right.
Oh, I've been fully aware of that for some time.
I just figured it out not too long ago. I'm like, holy
it's
shit.
great advice for anybody who accidentally had laxative consumption. Great advice.
If you've had too much prune juice,
Right.
like knock, since you're getting into that age range, if you've had too much prune juice, that is a fantastic bit of advice.
Hey, did you just call him old? Because if you call him old, you call me old.
Yeah,
I'm
getting old.
half your guys' ages. Like, you guys could be my parents.
That's not the point.
I'm old,
that is the point.
the young folks still like me. The young folks still, they flock to me. Even in real life, it's kind of weird. I'm like...
Well, because I don't have a Christian to roast, I got to put all this, like, vitriol somewhere. It's just going to come out and burst.
Christians are scared. But I do have some new Christians that have committed to come on the channel. They're all like YAC creationist and shit, so those will be some shit shows.
They're what?
Yeah,
I'm
They're
going
younger
to
creationists.
I'm going to extend another, invitation. Like, this is a dumpster fire. Come fight with us about something.
People always
I
want
wanna
to talk to me
extend-
about evolution. I'm like, go talk to R and Rob, but they're scared, so they come talk to me.
And talk to me about evolution. My first major was paleontology before I switched to nutrition.
Oh yeah, so the tides have turned, bitches. Y'all come on here and talk about evolution.
like motherfucker, y'all like to talk about, Dawkins and all that shit. Like, I read Stephen Jay Gould, and he was a creationist who believed in evolution. I've read every one of his goddamn essay collections and most
Stephen
of
Jay
his
Gould.
books.
I didn't know that.
I actually have a massive box of fossils that sorry about the click. I was trying to fix my mic and it decided to get pissy with me. I have a massive box of fossils that the museum that I volunteered for several years gave me as a thank you for cleaning their fossils and helping them out with their ecological research project. I got my name on some research somewhere because of that. Like, just as a credit of, hey, she washed all of the diatoms for us.
I want to say about Naka to other theists, especially the Christians. Look, guys, if you come in here and you're just full of crap, it's your problem if he points that out to you and that's why you're scared. But here's an idea. Don't be full of crap and be engaging and be honest. I mean, I'm a theist and here I am invited to his channel. He's been very fair and very open-minded.
Marty and I are both theists.
He doesn't take a bunch of crap off folks. That's all.
Well, Marty and I are both theists. We're just not theists that are interested in converting him.
Yeah.
Right on.
I mean, he's got a motherfucking theist as his co-host. Like, if y'all are scared, you're scared. That's your fault.
That's right.
That's the thing. Pagans don't care. We don't care. If you're pagan, great. You're not pagan, great. We don't care. We have no need to proselytize or convert. That's not a thing that we do. It's hey, that's cool. You do you, man.
All right, so now we need to come back to disagreeing because, like, we promised a dumpster fire. We got to set something on fire tonight. Somebody put forward an unpopular opinion that'll get us going, and it's got to be something we actually believe. You are talking to the
right guy. I've got an unpopular opinion for you.
Rush is the greatest rock band ever. No, nothing. No,
wait, you're calling Rush rock?
Bring it. Bring
You're
it.
talking to a metalhead.
Bring it.
Are y'all talking about my hip hop statement?
No, I said Rush is the greatest rock band ever.
And my response was Rush is rock.
Fucking bring it.
Okay, well, Richard actually threatened to make us all disagree.
I love the book rush. The book rush was the shit.
Speaking of books, have you looked at mine yet? If you're gonna make me promote it on your goddamn channel, you better read it first.
I'm gonna start reading. I'm gonna try to read a little bit tomorrow, depending on what time I wake up. But definitely, like once I'm gonna take like 2 or 3 days off from doing anything after I'm done with my final Raging Year episode.
All right, so Richard, you said you wanted to get us all into a fight. What fight are you getting us into?
Yeah, I think I can propose something that'll cause problems across the board pretty well.
All right, you got to promise it's something you actually believe in.
Oh, it is. It is.
Yeah,
Absolutely
Richard has
true.
plenty of shits that we disagree on. So
Yeah, right on. Okay, so evidentially, I believe that female and male come together and make babies. That's not controversial. And if I'm going to say that there's a line in the Christian text that reads, make man and woman, female and male, in our image, then that would be a male and a female talking.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say that the term goddess is suggested in the Bible.
You know, to be fair, there is actually a term in the Bible, which, you know, some Jewish people, if you guys want to correct me on this, like I'm coming from a pagan background, so this is something that we're frequently said, but I frequently argue that the Bible is polytheistic because the term Elohim, and there are also references to the Shekinah in, not in the Torah, but in the Talmud, like those two things suggest a female half to God, and the idea of a male only God appears to be a somewhat later development, or at the very least, the idea that Yahweh is superior over all of the gods seems to be a later development that was brought on by war with the Canaanites.
Yeah, the Pastor Reacts that I've done a couple videos on, they did a reaction to Billie Eilish, and it got a lot of views. Or no, my other video on Billie Eilish got a lot of views, but they did a reaction to Billie Eilish. But the pastor of those two, because there's one's his son and then one's the pastor. The pastor said that, and they were listening to Billie Eilish's song when they said this, that God was male and female. And, you know, everybody calls him Father, calls him Lord, but in actuality, God is male and female because he made male and females both in his likeness.
Well, and on top of it, though, like, so people who are, hey Kincaid, so the problem is, though, is Iron just made the argument that people think God is androgynous. Go try to call God she and see how many Christians jump up your ass.
Oh, they will freak the hell out. Or even if you even imply that there had to have been a female creator. What? No, God the Father.
Why the fuck would an androgynous God create sex? Like, that just seems like it, you know, given that you know, there are critters that can reproduce by budding, you know, and egg laying and shit like that. Like, you know,
that, and the fact that because
and then there's like fungi which have over 50 genders.
There's the whole, you know, well, marriage is male and female. Well, how did one male God create anything by himself? I can't get my husband to do the dishes. I mean, are you kidding me? Like,
I just think that was great, Marty.
I mean, it's true. One male doesn't create anything. Like, he would need the vessel in order for which to bring forth. Yeah. So that would necessitate.
Well, and in most ancient creation myths, the woman comes first and she creates the man.
True. So,
yeah,
I mean,
I don't think most Christians would definitely not agree to this statement, Richard.
They don't like that
I think
at all.
God is called
Maybe they
Father
would read
because
the Song of Solomon if they took a moment, and where Solomon describes the female portions and male portions of God. How about that?
Is that Richard? Did you change your wallpaper? That's pretty cool, buddy.
Yeah, we got a super chat. Buck Melanoma opinion. Roadhouse, best bad movie of all time.
I don't know. The Catwoman with Halle Berry was pretty fucking shitty, but I watch the fuck out of it every time it's on. It's so bad, you gotta watch it.
Was Roadhouse a bad movie?
I mean,
I love that fucking movie.
See?
So Naka like just stuffed himself into a white trash bag. That's what just happened.
Dude, I really like Patrick Swayze. Well, I liked Patrick.
Well, allow me to
Swayze,
climb in
but I
that
really
white
liked him.
trash bag with you there, Knock. I love Roadhouse.
That was such a good movie.
Boy,
Classic,
calling me
man.
sir is like putting an elevator in an outhouse. It just don't know.
No, my favorite bad movie, a lot of you people knowing my feminist leanings are probably gonna cringe. Like hardcore, and I might get canceled over this. So I'm trying to oh fuck. Now all of a sudden I've actually lost it. Oh, I hate my freaking ADHD. Give me a half a second, I'll find it really quick.
Richard,
Yeah,
you needed
just
Being
wanted
Mindful needs you to add them to your stream.
I just want to jump in for just a sec because I'm only going to be here for a second, then I'll pop in later. because I know you gave me the link, so I wanted to pop in as soon as I could.
Yeah, no, you're probably on a smoke break, right?
Yeah, I'm on a smoke
Kingsman.
break, but once everybody leaves, it's not gonna fucking matter. People just think I talk to myself anyway, so it's all good.
My
People hear me,
favorite, like, mhm.
I jump on Discord while I'm at work, and people just think I'm fucking crazy talking to myself, so I just let them believe that that's fine. Just talking to the voices in my head, guys. Don't worry. They're like, oh, okay, well, what a fucking weirdo.
We all
The
knew that.
Kingsman, by the way, is my favorite trash movie.
I actually heard that was pretty good.
Until you get to the end where you've got like Butt Sex Princess and a whole bunch of other really screwed up stuff.
I went and saw The Kingsman in the theaters, and I was disappointed I spent money on it.
My
I
favorite
love the
movie is
hell out of
probably
that movie.
controversial. I like Inception. I think it's probably my favorite.
Inception
movie
was a great fucking movie.
My favorite trash movie is Boondock Saints.
Boondock Saints is not a trash movie.
Yeah, I like that movie
is
too.
Absolutely terrible.
Pokemon.
It's
How
low
the fuck
budget.
did you two fucking
It's low
fuckers-
budget.
Fuck!
I'll give you that shit. But yeah, that was a great fucking movie.
I
was 5 when I saw Pokemon. the
Okay,
first
look.
movie. I cried.
Okay,
I
I
cried.
like the Pokemon movie.
okay. Undead Meowth. Naka's the one who said it was a bad movie, and he said he was disappointed in putting money on it. I said I love it. So like, I'm not the fucking enemy here.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jen. I'm sorry,
I
Undead
like,
Meowth.
Okay. Also, before I leave, I want because I'm gonna jump out for a second, then I'll be back in once everybody leaves. Once I get paid tomorrow, I'm gonna buy a copy of your book, Allie. I gotta buy it on hardback because I don't have a fucking Kindle. I
You
don't know
can't
who
read it
owns
before I do, Will. That's unacceptable.
Can I get a PDF? Can I just PayPal you $20? You give me a PDF.
I mean, I could actually convert it to PDF for you if you want it.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Anyway,
But I mean, like, if you're, are you in PA, like, or not PA? Are you in Michigan?
No, I'm in upstate New York, basically.
Yeah, he's
I
in
said
New
this
York.
Somebody
God, I
from
miss
somebody
home.
from Greece asked me today in another server what state I live in. I don't say that I live in New York because everyone outside the United States thinks it's all one big fucking city for some reason.
Yeah,
So basically,
that's true.
basically
It's
if
not.
Vermont and Ontario had a baby and it was a Republican. So,
Oh yeah, like I was gonna say, if you're in Michigan, like if you do get the paperback, like I'll sign it for you when I'm up there because I'm gonna be visiting Michigan. I'm going on a writing retreat in Ann Arbor for a week at the end of next month, or I guess this month, as of a few hours from now for a few of you. So I'm gonna actually be on the East Coast for a week.
I
Yeah, you come to Michigan,
guess
let me tower over you so you can be intimidated forever.
You're gonna tower over me, dude. Like I'm 5 foot half an inch.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be looking down. I'm like,
Do
hey,
your
what up,
feet
Allie?
reach the ground, Allie?
I'm gonna be your chin rest, is what I'm gonna be.
I'm going to be traveling the United States in August.
Chin
when I
rest, you're like
finally-
navel height.
when I finally get my year in with my job. I can take all this vacation time I'm stacking.
Shit, I gotta get a new job. I'm gonna get a new job.
Hammable, I'm gonna be in Ann Arbor.
Liz, if you're in
so,
the chat,
like,
don't
if you
tell
want to
nobody.
meet up with me, if you want to meet up with me, I can let you know. Like, if I'm in Ann Arbor having lunch or something, that's where I'm gonna be staying. Is with a buddy of mine in Ann Arbor.
I'm
Yeah, I
trying to
keep
get
forgetting
Brett
that Hamible's
Dean.
in Ann Arbor. Like, we totally gotta meet up too, because you're not that far away from me.
Hey, if,
trying to-
when you and I schedule lunch, we could totally let her know.
Yeah,
I'm trying
I'd
to
be
get
down.
Brett Keane to do the movie with me, the full documentary of his life. I'll go to Missouri. I don't give a shit. There's nothing in fucking Missouri, but he lives like I won't say where he lives, but he lives around St. Louis since he said that much. So it's like, well, I go to St. Louis and see whatever the fuck's in St. Louis, I guess, while I'm up there.
So for anybody who's a fan of Kingsman, by the way, my ex, he actually knows the lead actor. Like they grew up as best friends.
And I am just under 6'5", Pagan Mother. Just under.
Oh,
like
fuck, you got
I
me
am like a
beat.
tick away from 6'5".
I'm warning y'all though, if any of you do decide to come meet me when I'm in Ann Arbor, like I'm a fucking I talk like a Brit when I'm not on stream. So like you guys have heard it a couple of times. You're gonna hear it in full force, like if you just talk to me outside of this.
I'll bring Earl with me.
I was thinking about just doing a Scottish accent for the meme.
Yeah, that. In fact, I'll record it and I'll just play Earl the whole time I'm with you, Allie. That'll be funny.
You
But
gotta
yeah,
get to Georgia, Knock, for Dragon Con. I think you would really dig Dragon Con.
I'm gonna try. I really want to try to make it to Faithless Forum. I'm not sure if I'm going to, and I've got commitments to do it. So I'm really hoping to make it there.
I'm trying to make it to Faithless Forum too, because like 3/4 of my friends are going to be there. Like I
Yeah.
have to meet Ocean and Cirrus and
Yeah.
like everybody.
We've been planning on this for a long time. I might try to struggle for a while and put off getting a new job until after Faithless Forum, because if I get a new job, Faithless Forum is out.
When is that?
I think it's usually April, maybe.
I'm going to Jersey in May, so I wouldn't be able to make it.
Okay,
All right,
guys,
I
I
gotta-
gotta say, I love you all, and peace and respect to you all. And I
Oh,
gotta
you're
run
leaving?
away. You guys are a
Yeah, I gotta
blast.
fuck
love you
off,
all very
too.
much.
Aw.
And then there were 4. All right, thank you so much for hanging
Yeah,
with us,
thank you,
Richard.
Richard.
It was a blast, guys.
Make that
Later.
3.
Next
I'll be
time.
back later
Bye.
though.
All right,
All right,
bye,
see you in a
Will.
bit,
Bye,
Will.
Richard.
See it.
All right, yeah. See you later, Will. Anybody that wants to come in can. The good thing about these open rooms is you never really know who's going to show up. So,
Except for Jill or Praise, they're not allowed.
yeah, Jill or Praise. Praise, I'm considering. He needs to show some, I think, real, honest, sincere apologies towards Skylar and Digital Hammurabi. And
Y'all only
from
have
what I
another
understand,
half-
he's made his apologies to Jay. That's all well and fine. But in my opinion, I think some severe apologies need to go that way as well. And, but I'm breaking your
I got
rules again. I'm
Jill-
talking drama. So, yeah.
I got Jill to respond to me in chat. He actually answered me and spoke to me, knowing that I was female.
Really, that's That's like groundbreaking improvement for Jill. So.
The ghost has come in here and he has offered me a light. I'm about to be high, which means I'm going to be British in a bit.
I have been smoking nonstop, and I've been smoking indica, which isn't very good if you want to like be alive.
Oh, and by the way, for all that Star Trek talks, the type of joint is called the Klingon. So yay! Apparently he was psychic.
That's actually the type of strain it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The name of the strain is Klingon. Aggressive relaxation.
Aggressive relaxation.
Soul shine.
Say, Knock, I've been taking bong rips this whole time.
This
So I
nice
keep
little
muting my
plastic
microphone.
tank.
I have my little itty bitty bowl. When I smoke by myself, I have my little itty bitty bowl. I have like 50 fucking bowls, so like they
you
get
realize
bigger
I'm not
for how
muted.
many
Like
people
they're
are here.
muted.
I know.
Hey guys, you guys heard the ghost's voice? Like you're actually getting to hear my
Yeah, that was
partners
like
for
a rare
once.
occurrence.
Yeah, he's in here so I can take a couple of rips for the New Year's.
Is it okay?
Yeah, go ahead. Those aren't
So
fabric scissors.
does he hear us talking about how we can hear him? So he's speaking lower now.
No, he's speaking lower because I pointed it out because now he's self-conscious.
Huh? No, I was always talking myself. Whoop.
But you guys got less than a half an hour to sign up for Patreon if you guys want that special reward. At
25
midnight when we
minutes.
ring in the new year, we're gonna tell y'all what it is, and every single one of you that did not sign up. And by the way, we're going by Eastern Standard Time, so y'all on the West Coast, you don't get to
Oh,
come in after you
speaking
get to
of
hear
which,
it.
That's at what, 9, right?
Yep. We're
Yeah. Remind me when it's 9 because I have to tell Jolene Happy New Year's because she works. She lives in.
Marty's a patron, so she's gonna hear what her gift's gonna be.
Yep, and you guys are gonna fucking regret it. Like, this is gonna be a badge of honor. There's gonna be a special program on the show devoted to it. Like, y'all are gonna miss it if you don't sign up. You know, any of you guys that actually have the money to be able to do it, nobody knows about what this gift is except for Knock and I. Like, those are the only people that we've told. But yeah, this is gonna be something special. You're gonna be mad at yourself if you don't sign up if you've got it.
It's a
Like
brand
if
new
this
car.
channel blows up, this gift is going to be like fucking
be worth something.
very, very unique. Very unique.
And it's never going to be done again. Like this is a special thing because we're doing the Patreon rollout and because we want to give something back to the fans that have been there since the beginning. This
You
is
guys
going
are
to be
starting a
fucking
Patreon?
special. We've already have a Patreon. He's had a Patreon for a while, but we're doing something special. I
I
haven't
was
even
like
told you about
forced
it.
into it by a couple of the.
You don't tell me anything.
Yeah, I was forced into it by like a couple people that were really good in the chat, and then like one dude in particular was like, "You gotta make a Patreon." I'm like, I don't even know what Patreon is.
It's yours. Like straight up, it's yours.
Well, I should probably put it out then because I took my hits and I'm gonna wait until it kicks in because I am a weed bitch when it comes to my resistance. I basically smoke it for pain and nothing else. So it's really rare to get me
Well-
high for no reason.
Both of these are yours.
I smoke it because it's the daytime or the nighttime or.
Do you smoke it
Wait.
because? Like, just end the word. It's you smoke it because, knock.
I mean, I'm the
Yeah.
same way. So
Welcome, Party Hamable. How you doing, Chicky?
Trying to struggling with certain ideas with my channel and whatnot.
Yeah, I've been
And
reading
also-
about that in Discord.
It's been really paining me a lot, and even more so with certain things that I've been with my upbringing and whatnot. When I visit certain places like the where some of this neo-pagan woo, as in I saw people. I'm starting to have memories the more I do
Shit, sorry.
stuff I find, such as I now remember that one of the people that I visited, I think up in Hale, had an orgone energy box.
No.
Turn enough over first.
Have
know
I
what?
don't know.
Because
You do it.
Had a what box?
Yeah, message
orgone
me how much it needs to be.
accumulator box.
550.
Oh, I don't even know what that. What is that?
It's woo. It's like something really
Oh.
crazy that a fraudster named Wilhelm Reich used and got arrested for.
Okay,
And-
so
and
I know
real
that this
quick,
is totally.
Sorry, real quick. Pagan Mother, it looks like RCA, Rational Canadian Atheist, posted the Patreon link, and the lowest tier is $1. Anybody that's in Patreon is going to get this gift. All tiers.
Part of the
$1.
reason that this is the only
Yeah.
time we're doing this is because we're rewarding dollar patrons with it too, and it's going to cost us a bit more than that. But we wanted to give you guys all an appreciation of
Yeah, yeah.
how much you guys have
the
done for us.
the patrons have been with me for a while now, and yeah, we want to show appreciation to you guys. And I really think you're gonna like the new rollout. When we roll this shit out, it's gonna be a lot more active. I'm gonna be on Patreon every single fucking day.
Oh my! I can.
So, like, on top of that, though, for those of you that are patrons at the end, he's going to write down all of your guys' names, so anyone who signs up on the first or after is not going to be included. But your payment does have to process in January in order to be able to get this. You'll be
Well,
taken off the
Allie-
list if you sign up just long enough to kick off.
I will be fair. So like, there's like, I don't know. Like, when I wake up tomorrow morning, I will write everybody that's in Patreon down. So that will give everybody in every time
Will
zone
Kincaid,
an
scroll up.
opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
Will Kincaid, scroll up. Well, the big thing is we wanted to make sure it was people who signed up before they knew what the gift was, because that gift is going to make a lot of people want to sign up.
Yeah. We're hyping the gift, but yeah, the gift is sweet. I'm gonna have one. I can't wait.
Is it a lifetime of rice-a-roni?
I wish it
Well,
was.
it's something a bit
You're
more
taking me back to
special
my
than that.
childhood now.
Holy shit! What the fuck did he get me? This shit is really strong.
Orgone energy. It's a pseudoscientific.
Oh god, orgone energy. Didn't Cyrus do a thing on that?
I don't even know what that is.
Yes, but I'll tell you that there are crazy things with it. Wilhelm Reich used this and ended up trying to use it and ran afoul of the FDA.
Wow.
It was also used for weather control, quote unquote.
So Tony, the type of weed that I got was called Klingon. That was a strain name. It's a very, very heavy indica, and aggressive relaxation is pretty much a perfect it's a perfect description of the state that I think I'm in at this point.
Aggressive relaxation.
Now that
It really is. It's like I feel like my arms are bloody pinned to my sides.
Do you feel
Now
like
that I
even
know the dispensary opened up in a place not far from my.
Oh, it looks like a friend of the channel, Rilla, wants to come on and bitch with you about orgone energy, Hannibal.
Oh my!
I've
This is
really
gonna be
never
fun.
All right, is everybody else in the chat interested in talking about some woo? We haven't done that.
Oh,
I've never heard of this. I mean, I'm gonna go pee and then I'll be right back.
Oh,
but
I
I've never
have,
heard
and
of this.
it's kind of terrible.
All right. Well, give me a second. I'll be right back.
I just have
Once
to
it
say
gets
that-
close to midnight, I'm gonna go and hang out with my husband for a minute to watch the ball drop, and then I'll come right back in. So.
All right.
What do you mean? Did we kill Ali? Is my mic not getting picked up?
I hear you.
No. What's funny is they didn't realize they're trying to figure out what happened, Allie, because what has been amazing me is how you've been. It's like a kind of like a magic spell wearing off, right? But like you were going in and out of the two different accents, like you were changing like your accent and your syntax mid sentence, like like a light switch. Like you started off with British accent, British syntax, switched at the comma to the American accent and American syntax. It was crazy.
Oh God, I'm so sorry.
No, don't be.
So cool.
It's
Well,
awesome.
I start to, if I get too high, I start to kind of lose the ability to like properly
You smoking
filter
that
it
good
out.
weed.
But it was so amazing. Don't feel bad.
I'm so sorry.
It was amazing. I was like, that is cool. I was like, it was some Jason Bourne shit.
Well,
She's
what
like-
probably
she's like so
happened is
super,
I started to
conscious
realize it
about
was
it.
wearing off.
You're super conscious about it, but like we all love it. Like it's fucking.
That shit
It's
was
pretty
like
cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
to
your
me, it was like
accent?
some
It's
Jason Bourne
cute.
shit. I was like, what? This
It's
is cool as
cute.
hell.
All right, so what is this stuff?
Give me a moment. I'm getting Rilla an invite because she wanted to come on and talk about orgone energy as well.
Rilla, my the monk, the girl who plays the monk in my D&D campaign, actually rolled a second monk, and her name was Rilla. I don't think she spelled it that way.
I still want to start playing D&D again if I can ever make time for it.
I need to play in a second campaign.
Yep.
Actually, as a matter of fact, I don't know if I should bring this up or not, but Messenger's channel of like gaming and stuff, he's gonna have me run D&D games on that channel. I'm gonna be DMing.
Why?
Because it's Dungeons and Dragons. And I like to play Dungeons and Dragons.
I
and I
want to
need
play
to
again.
practice as a DM. I'm not that great of a DM, so I need to practice.
I had the best DM when I was growing up. He was fucking awesome at it. He every once in a while he'll come into the chat. I haven't seen him tonight, but he's probably busy tonight. But he was probably the best DM ever.
Oh, we've got 2 new patrons to welcome.
Welcome, y'all. Thank you. I will be getting edited video onto Patreon, or edited videos on a Patreon again within a week, as I start to stockpile before I release them onto the channel. All tiers will be getting those edited videos. I'm back and forth. I think that I don't know. We'll talk about it.
We've still got 15 more minutes until we announce the gift.
15 minutes until the new year. 2020 is going to be a good one for this channel. I am dead set on it, and not for just this channel. We've got a lot of ideas going into 2020. Some of them will stay secret until the time is right.
What in the heck?
Hi.
I just came across.
Hello.
Oh God, I feel like I'm being mocked in the chat now.
Who's hating on you? I'll fucking cut them.
Yeah.
Well, I know that Tony's picking on me because he's heard me like this before, but
Don't worry about it. We love the accent. I can just switch to
sorry,
Earl
I'm
right now.
sorry.
And we can just. I can have the worst accent open in the room.
You can bring Earl out. I'm surprised you ain't brought Earl out by now. Now, a couple drinks in and how many hits? I'm surprised Earl ain't come out.
Oh, goddamn.
Well, you've got a North
liberals.
Carolinian in the chat now, so I mean, you know.
Right.
hey Rilla, welcome back to the show.
What's up,
Hello.
brother?
Well, thank you for having me. I mean, you brought up orgone energy. I
Oh
mean,
God. So, do you and Hannibal want to work to explain it together then? For those in the back who haven't heard of it before, because
I've never heard
you're
of it.
probably lucky
I've
if you've
never
never
heard
heard of it before.
It is often referred to as a hypothetical universal life force that flows through the body and whatnot, and can be gathered for certain metals, sand, and certain other substances. However,
it's fucking resin poured over rock stand and metal that looks pretty on your altar.
Sounds like a whole bunch of hippie liberal shit.
it was popular amongst hippies.
So
I haven't done
it's-
Earl in too long. It's kind of hard. I have to get myself in character.
It's just resin poured over. Like, what kind of rocks? Just like rocks you find like in a driveway or like in a river or something.
I don't even really know what type of rock it does. But the bigger thing that I knew about it is that the claims of collecting it ended up producing a bunch of pseudoscience that ran afoul of the FDA, such as
Usually from what I've seen, semi-precious gems. Usually the chips, the really teeny weeny chips that come off of the lapidary from making larger pieces of jewelry.
Oh.
From what I've seen of the pieces. Now, I will give them this. It's actually very, very pretty. But that's about all it's good for.
yeah, it's pretty, and for all I know, that's maybe why they had it.
It's pretty expensive, if I recall correctly, as well, for a scam.
It is
Oh,
probably
it's extremely expensive.
because there's a reason for that, and that is that the thing is known for well, it's the size of a small closet.
Hello, welcome to the shit show,
Ooh.
Randolph.
Yeah, welcome.
What ways?
Hello.
Hello.
Usually from what I've seen, semi-precious gems. Usually the chips.
Okay, you've got an echo going on your phone. You might want to turn off the stream on your phone, or or a computer or whatever you had it playing.
Wonder if people can hear me okay.
Oh yeah, I hear you fine.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, what's up, man?
Doing pretty well. I
Good,
don't
good.
actually think I've seen you on the stream before.
I think this is your first time.
On this stream, probably, yeah.
Wow,
Well-
they made orgone accumulators a lot smaller these days.
Hopefully, you've all had a happy Christmas and a Merry New Year coming up. Cheers.
Oh yeah, cheers.
It's
been a good one.
Yeah.
Especially now that all the family's gone and I have time again.
So, what brings you to the stream? Is there something you wanted to talk about?
Well, the weather.
Hearing an echo.
Yeah.
I don't think
Rilla, you're echoing again. Okay, yeah, she knows about the.
Carolyn with echoing. What's a pagans and echoing?
That's the tech gremlins. You know
Yes,
that.
that's the tech gremlins. I know so many pagans that the tech gremlins have affected me now.
Woo!
So did I hear earlier somebody saying they've got New Year's Eve happening in about 10 minutes?
Yep, that would be Noka.
And
Okay.
me.
Yeah, 10
You're
minutes.
ahead of me
for
by
me.
2
I'm
hours.
not really that fascinated
Yeah,
with the New Year.
Actually, you're ahead of me by 3 hours.
Yeah,
Same
oh
here.
man, I hate time
West Coast?
zones. Yeah, Allie's West Coast.
Well, you can thank a Canadian for inventing time zones.
We love Canadians here. We get. I get a lot of Canadians. Maybe
It's
it's
a running
because I'm
joke
so
is that
far
he'd
north
probably
now.
apologize to me if I did.
Well, I'm glad to hear that because I am the president of the Canadian Atheists. So
Oh yeah. I know you now. I'm on your Discord server. Hey, what's up, man?
hey, yeah, now
I
you
didn't.
know.
I didn't actually realize that. I'm fairly new to the community, though.
Welcome. I still consider myself new.
Yeah, this is Tony's friend, Allie. And did you ever get to talk to Matt?
Not yet. I was planning to do that in January to embark on that. I understand he just became a new father, so I don't want to bother him too much
Yeah.
at first. Give him a little time, as I think
Matt Powell?
he'll have a lot of other stuff on his mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Powell.
wants to talk to Matt.
Oh,
I'll
she had her baby already? Oh, that poor.
if I get an Arizona call, I'll answer it next time. And if it's Matt, I'll put in a good word for you.
Oh,
Matt,
well,
Matt
thanks,
likes
yeah.
to talk to people. He just doesn't like to talk to me too much anymore.
Well, are
No,
you
he's-
confrontational?
Yeah, with Matt. Well, yeah, but he deserves it.
I'd like to have an easygoing conversation with him so that he has a chance to clarify his views, you know?
I did that my
Gentle,
first
not
time.
discreet, but in a gentle approach.
I did that my first time, and then I got a lot of shit because he was sitting there saying like, "Yeah, I want to kill all gay people," and I'm just like, okay. and people are like, knock, what the fuck?
You can never be nice to Matt Powell ever.
I think I would be more assertive than you on that first call.
You can never be nice to Matt Powell. Don't ever be nice to him because.
Oh, thank you so much, Ann. Thank you so much. Go ahead, Marty.
Matt Powell is not a genuine person. You cannot give him an inch. You give him an inch, he will take a mile, literally.
And he'll edit the living fuck out of it and gloat over it. And
make sure you have your own footage.
I will.
Yes.
Always edit their footage to make themselves look good.
And my intention is to release it to the public domain so people can.
I still haven't gotten the whole second segment of our second conversation because he sabotaged my cameras and shit.
He's.
What do you mean he sabotaged?
I have never had an issue. My little Sony camera is way back on my bookshelf right now. It's my first camera. I got a new one now, but I never had an issue with it. And then in that second conversation, his people had my camera, and I had it on his tripod. It was fine, but they were just fucking with my camera. And as soon as I would be talking to Matt, the camera would go out.
They're in person with him.
Yeah, in person. And he had 15 of his people around us, and it was just me against 16 of these fundies. But they would every single segment that camera would mess up, and I would have to actually take the battery out, put the battery back in for it to work again.
What the heck happened to it?
I think that they were taking the memory, because the memory card's place just flips open right when the thing, because everything's open, and I think they were just getting that memory card out to where it would stop recording and then pushing it back in. I think that's what they were doing. I've never had an issue with the camera since. It still works. It's still my third camera. So when I make edited videos, you guys, and I have multiple camera angles, it's because I'm using multiple cameras. The camera still fucking works, but yeah, so I ended up recording the whole conversation on my phone, even though I had my camera there, because the camera kept getting fucked up. Now he's denied it, of course, but I'm sorry, but it never fucked up before. It hasn't fucked up since. I have to conclude.
It had to be Matt Powell and his cronies.
Yeah, I have to conclude.
To be fair, it could just be that one person who was handling the camera did it without Matt's knowledge.
Maybe, Matt might not even have known that was going on. Because Matt was in the conversation with me. He wasn't. They were controlling all that camera stuff.
Well, but the problem is I can't believe that he wasn't in for it, because he, first off, he had that all set up to begin with, and second, the way that he disingenuously edited your stuff and made it look like you were crying because of it, and even he even got Aaron Ra basically to mock you.
Oh yeah,
which I know that Aaron has since apologized for and stuff, and that it really wasn't a beef, but you ended up getting introduced to the community because of just how badly he attempted to humiliate you and how false it all was. I have a very hard time believing somebody that would edit like that would not be in on fucking with your camera.
And not only that though, real quick, and I'll let you jump in, Randolph. But he knows I didn't get the second segment, and he uses a lot of that footage in his movie. I've asked him for it. He's come on the channel and has said he would give it to me. It is a year later now, and I still don't have that second segment of that conversation. I don't have any of it.
You need to follow up with him on a regular basis on that one.
It's been constant. Yeah.
Now, if Aaron Ra is mocking you, that's a good reason to cry.
Oh, dude, it was heartbreaking.
It really was, and wasn't that ultimately how you got introduced to the Lurgia community? Because all these people saw those propaganda videos and then reached out to you, and that's kind of how you ended up figuring out that there was an entire atheist YouTube system.
People told me that Cirrus was covering it, and then I saw the awful movie review or whatever the fuck they call themselves. That was terrible. That was really, really bad. And
somebody's saying they're firing off full automatics near me in the chat. Gee, who is Maynard Saves living next to? Ted Nugent?
Oh, he's up in Detroit. Maynard Saves is my boy. He's up in Detroit. So yeah, they're firing some guns.
Okay.
They're firing lots of guns up in Detroit right now. We got 3 minutes.
South Park, they had Saddam Hussein in hell. He says, "Where am I going to go? Detroit?" Detroit. You remember that episode?
Yeah.
That's actually the real hell. because you actually get, it's worse. It's everything bad with Detroit, but with lead water.
Oh, so yet again, South Park's accurate, is what you're saying?
South Park.
No,
South Park is
Flint is
always
worse.
accurate.
Yeah, I know.
No, I'm saying that Flint is even worse.
I mean, I honestly
Flint
like
is bad.
feel spoiled with all these horror stories you guys keep telling me. I'm sitting here going, I live in like the most liberal state that there is. I mean, like in California, they're sort of faux liberal, but like here, we were, you know, we're suing the Trump administration for 3/4 of the shitty things they're doing. And so like I hear all these stories about like firing guns and all the, you know, crime
Shit.
and all of that stuff, and I'm sitting here going, yeah, like you can get, you know, transition medication and stuff paid for by the state healthcare out here.
There's-
like I'm spoiled as hell.
There's parts of Detroit that police don't go to.
I know.
They
like
don't
those
go
are
there.
the real no-go zones. You know, they talk about the so-called Muslim no-go zones. No, like there are actual places in Detroit that the police are
Where
scared to go to.
You couldn't even press the brakes in Detroit.
Oh man, yeah, Detroit is fucked. Like it because like there's parts of Detroit that's fucking awesome. Like you go there and it's fucking great. And then you go into Detroit.
Well, I mean, you know, I lived in Philadelphia for a while as well, and people would get into like fender benders, get out and get into fucking full-on like fist fights over it. Sometimes knives and guns would be drawn.
I
Like
just-
even
That sounds
Philadelphia is
Russian.
more brutal than anywhere
sounds like
in
Russia.
Washington.
Yeah, I mean, it gets crazy. I live in a little town here,
Like,
and
it's
we
terrible.
have like some of the worst gang fucking shits like you'll ever see. Like you don't go outside at night. Some streets in this small ass town. Michigan's fucking crazy, man.
You ever get invited to it?
It's
Oh,
Russia.
I used to be in a gang actually, way back,
Oh,
way
you-
a
you-
long time ago.
Oh god, is that going to be a
They're your
part of your life
family.
story when you eventually write it?
I've talked about it actually. Like I've got brands all across my chest. For Gangsta Love, right on my chest. I got a brand on my arm right here. Yeah,
This is gonna
Branding,
not
not a
be
tattoo, but an
fucking
actual
like
brand.
Russia.
yeah. They burnt my ass because I
You
resisted.
know, honestly, like, you know, if you could, you know, improve your life, then anybody who's ever like, you know, said that human nature, you know, people don't change, human nature is to be terrible, etc., like that's it. That's a
Oh, yeah.
massive.
Well,
That's wrong.
I'm a literal like statistical breaker. Like I never went back. Never. You know, I got out. I never went back. That doesn't happen very often.
Well, and now you're a crusader against a lot of the things that you've done and said and used to believe. Honestly, like
Oh, yeah.
you were basically in the alt right for a bit.
I mean, I was as fucking far right as you could almost get without being like without putting a sheet over your head.
No
And I-
regrets.
And I was not too much. I was not much for. And I was
Oh,
pretty
guys,
much
Happy New Year!
Yeah,
almost.
it's
a
officially New
suicide.
Year's here.
Happy New Year.
I know a lot here are farther behind than me, but yeah, it is now officially
Cheers.
2020, bitches.
Raise your glasses.
Raise
All
your
right, so
glasses.
you ready to announce the?
Happy
Are
New
you ready
Year.
to announce the special?
Merry
pick
New
then?
Year.
I'm gonna go make a drink. You can start, Ali. Wait till I get back and then you can start.
Okay.
I'll mute myself for Allie.
But welcome to the chat, Randolph. I'm so sorry for the glaring omission that I didn't realize. Like, I feel rude.
For what?
Oh, for not realizing that you were the head of the Canadian Atheists.
Oh, that's okay. We don't go around doing a lot of marketing, so it's kind of our fault. So, but no, it's fine. It's what's most important is getting the organization known. So we're still fairly new, so we're just we're working on getting more members. We do have a website, CanadianAtheists.ca, and it's been good. We've been getting people signing up at an inconsistent rate, but they sign up for the annual memberships, which is helpful to us for keeping our operational costs in line. And we're looking right now. We've had a suggestion from one member to look into Bill 21, which is in Quebec, one of our eastern provinces. Bill 21 has to do apparently with making it illegal for
Oh,
people.
apparently you've already got a fan in the chat, by the way. My one of my moderators on Discord, Rational Canadian Atheist, is like, I need to meet this man.
Okay, I'm up for it. definitely. I'm happy to meet with anybody. And
it seems like Canadians are very rational people. Like I've liked every Canadian I've ever fucking met.
Okay, you're making an assumption.
Yes, I am.
Okay,
like,
that's called stereotyping, Naka.
I know, right? Like, but they're so fucking nice.
Well, there are people here who don't fit that criteria as well.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah. Like I'm limited to like Neil, the 604 atheist, and Shannon Q. So.
Yeah, Neil and I are friends. We donate blood together, and we're looking at starting a call-in show.
That's awesome. Yeah, I fucking love Neil, man. He's like my brother.
So, all right. I'm going to take a break really quick and let you finish in a moment. But we did promise that after midnight we would announce what we're going to be doing. Yeah, so for all of you that signed up leading up to, a couple of minutes ago, we are going to be doing a special T-shirt for all of the patrons. On the front, it's going to say in the beginning I'm a raging patron. And on the back, it's going to say, in the beginning, there was rage. And Nock and I are going to ship it to one another, and we're both going to sign it. And it's only going out to the patrons that were patrons before midnight.
Hell yeah. So thank you, motherfuckers, that have been patrons and are patrons right now. And Patreon is going to be a lot better because I have Allie helping me now. So, yeah.
And, for all of you that are patrons and that do get this T-shirt, if you want to take a selfie of yourself wearing it, we won't have to attach a username to it if you don't want to, but we're going to be displaying them in front of Seeing Red starting in 2020 as soon as we get them out. We're going to try to get them out by April, May, just so that we have enough money to put together, the reward and everything. Anybody who charges that was a member in last night, who charges in January, you guys are the ones who's going to be getting this T-shirt, and every tier level, including $1 patrons, are getting this.
Oh yeah, and you like as I said, you technically have until I wake up tomorrow and get on Patreon and process those payments. So, yeah, I mean now you know the gift, and it's good. A raging fan. If you are watching right now, or if you're watching later, you will have to fucking take a personal picture with your boy wearing this shirt when you get it, and it's gonna go on a stream whether you like it or not. I'm just telling you right now, a raging fan.
So
I'm hearing fireworks now.
Yeah, that's outside my house actually. I've got crazy neighbors. They always go over to the Tequila. No, they go up to the God, I'm trying to remember which reservation it is. I want to say that it's Tulalip. They go out onto the reservation, they buy insane amounts of fireworks, and it's almost daylight. You can see the clouds in full outline, even when it's raining, because of how fucking much fireworks goes off here. We already have a bunch of light pollution. When the fireworks are going off, it looks like bloody daylight.
Yeah. I can't wait to get out to Oregon. After Fateless Forum, sometime probably later in the year, I'm planning on going to Oregon because not only Allie is there, that Christian vlogger is very close, and one of my best friends that I've known since childhood is in Oregon. So I really cannot wait to do that, but that'll be later this year. I'll bring my cameras. It's going to be awesome.
There's quite a few notable leftist YouTubers over there, like Vosh in Seattle, I think he is in these days.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Marty. Are you East Coast as well? You're East Coast, right?
Huh?
You're East Coast, right?
Yeah, I'm in
Jordan.
Yeah,
so it's actually the New Year for you.
Oh, Kitsap! Oh, the Agnostic Pagan Mother is in my state.
Oh, yeah. Agnostic Pagan Mother has been watching me for fucking ever.
Yeah, she's been on for a minute. Yeah, I just went to watch the ball drop with my husband and got kisses from my dog for the New Year. And
yeah, I surprised my daughter. She's right over there watching her phone, and so when I went and made my drink, I went and fucking scared the shit out of her and told her Happy New Year.
Aww.
I'm not really looking.
So do we want to tell Murdy? Murdy, did you hear what all the patrons are getting? Because we just announced it.
No, I was, like I said, I watched the ball drop with my husband and gave my dog some kisses and stuff.
So what we're doing, we're sending out
Anne is asking for it again too because she walked away. So here you go, Anne.
So we're sending out a special T-shirt to all of the patrons, every patron that is even $1 that charges in January, and that was, before Knock Gets Up tomorrow, that was a patron. We're going to be sending a shirt that on the front it says "I'm a Raging Patron," and on the back it says "In the beginning there was rage," and we're both going to be signing them.
Nice.
So
That's
if this channel gets bigger at all, like if there's any future in it, these are going to be really, really special. But also, like Knock and I discussed it, and even though it's going to be a pretty penny, we wanted to show you guys how much we appreciate you right at the very beginning. Like before we put on this campaign of aggressive growth, you guys are the ones who believe in him, and we wanted to really show you how special and how much that meant to us.
And I am relentless, so this channel will grow. Like I'm very proud. Like I can also announce that like I'm officially back to the growth that I was before I did the channel name bullshit. I'm officially back to the same analytics that I was before I changed my name to Nakasuchi, and all went to hell. So there is an alternative channel that is Nakasuchi that I will be working on in 2020, rolling out probably sometime later in the year. But and that's my sock account that I watch all my friends on. So I'm going to be doing, actually probably by the end of 2020, I will be working 3 different channels. This channel, we're going to go ahead and announce it now. The year-end goal for 2020 for this channel is to get to over 6,000 subs. So we've got a lot of work to do. And if we can get to 10,000 subs by the end of the year, I'm going to fucking have an orgasm on stream. So help me out with that, y'all.
Well, that would get us demonetized. And you're demonetized. And you're demonetized. And you're demonetized.
It's not 2020 yet, so we're ending the year as a rage.
So, for what it's worth, guys, like I said, this is a big deal for us. We're hoping that you guys have fun with it, that you guys enjoy the design that we create. Knock's actually designing them himself. And we're going to also be launching the merch store sometime within the next month, because people have literally been asking us for it. Like, we talked about it a little bit, but we've had so many people who wanted Hail Priapus. We had a few people who wanted Same As Yours. We had, somebody, request that go to the Kennel Knock, which is a constant joke on the Discord.
Yeah, well, so you noticed that I left my name as that on Discord because it's perfect. So
so like there's so many different memes on the channel, that people wanted to have as merch. So we're going to be working on merch designs over the course of the next month or so that we can get that out for you guys.
Yeah, and if you guys have that original the Raging Atheist t-shirt designed by Megan and Dr. Josh,
I didn't get one of those.
I will be releasing that one again as well.
So we're also going to be doing one that is going to evolve. And so, like, which version of it you get is going to mark you for how long you've been a fan. We're going to be doing a #BitchMade t-shirt, and the list of names on the back will be updated every time, somebody challenges us to a debate, and then
Pat
bitches
just
out.
made the list. Pat just made the list. Pat is officially BitchMade.
Yep. So, like, the list is going to start off with just the people who have deserted, as of, this year, as of before, the shirt is made. But every time somebody new is added, that will date your shirt. So it's going to be fun.
That's awesome. Yeah.
We have good ideas.
The first thing I saw with you, huh?
Is Matt Powell gonna be mentioned on this shirt?
Oh, Matt Powell will be a shining beacon on the back of it.
We were joking about putting his name in silver.
Cupcake. You need to make a
It won't be Matt Powell's
t-shirt.
shining beacon. It will be a literal cupcake.
Yes, you need to make a t-shirt with a big fucking cupcake on it, Knock. That's what you need.
Point out that it tastes like Stephen
No, it has to be a chibi angry cupcake.
And I mean, Ben the Baptist is going to be on there as well, because I have had an open extended invitation for Ben the Baptist to come on my channel and face me directly, and he has been #BitchMade.
Ben the Baptist in a dunk tank.
So we've also
the Niffies hate me, guys, and
okay,
that
Will
will get
wants a
worse
baby
in
mana
2020.
t-shirt.
I guarantee it.
Naka, Will wants a baby mana t-shirt.
I think that's called for, honestly. I think it's called for. We have
Will
to
would
have
have
a
to.
baby manatee shirt.
The condition for this is Will has to get one and photograph himself in it.
I'm very proud of that moniker that I gave to Will. The baby manatee was brilliance, and if you haven't seen my baby manatee videos, shame on you.
They're pretty
It's
funny.
like Hovind and Discount Hovind.
They're pretty funny.
I even think
Pagan,
Will,
please.
who is the subject of my disdain in those videos, appreciate those videos.
So, like, I would like to let Randolph get back, because he was actually talking about legislation in Canada. That we were
Please
looking at,
get back, Randall. Like,
and I so rudely interrupted because we'd promised the patrons, but I do want to get back to it because I don't want to be that rude.
Oh no, you weren't being rude. You have a schedule to follow, and I'm happy to step aside when you have to keep everything on course. That's no problem at all.
Allie, you will like this man.
Who? Buck Melanoma?
No, Randolph. I mean, like.
Oh, Randolph.
He's totally.
Yeah.
Melanoma?
He understands.
Well, no, that person's been nagging me for a thing in the chat, but I don't know, like, if his username's the same on Discord or what. I'm trying to figure it out. Anyway, my apologies.
Yes, Buck, you can join the chat. Get a hold of us somehow. But go ahead, Randolph. Sorry.
Oh yeah, it's just one of our members was telling us about Bill 21 in Quebec, which has been in the news as well. They've brought in some legislation. We're looking into it to make sure we get the facts right. So I don't have the full understanding of it yet, but apparently.
What is your current understanding, since you've clarified, to make sure that you know that this is not the official position or anything? You guys haven't fully gotten into it yet, but this is what your initial impression is. Is that correct?
Yeah. Our initial impression is that it's somehow interfering with personal liberties and rights and freedoms, and there's restrictions. And Quebec, unfortunately, does have a history of sometimes they had language laws a long time ago where they forbid people from using English signage on their storefronts, and they actually had language police who went around and enforced this. This, of course, is a violation of our Charter of Rights and Freedoms, which is part of our Canadian Constitution. So, but the thing about Quebec is because they've not joined Confederation, it's a bit of a gray area on whether or not they actually have to follow our charter. And so I wanted to take a look into this and find out if it does. As far as in the context of our charter, I will speak to that in the future, I hope. But
is there any particular right that you can recall that you have confirmed it appears to be messing with?
Well, what's happened is people want to dress up with religious symbolism while they're working for the federal government, and we are a secular nation. There are certain kinds of dress codes. There are, and my understanding is what Quebec is doing is forbidding it altogether. Now, this is something that we have to really think carefully on before we take a stance on it. I think there is an argument to be made for following dress codes at work, though, because if people are allowed to be free on this, there could be some kind of religion where people practice in the nude. And as I understand, there is a sect of Christianity that did just that. And if these people show up naked at work to provide federal government services or even provincial government services, that could be an obvious problem as well. So, where do we draw the line? And so we want to open this can of worms, but we want to make sure that we're well informed on it first before we proceed with that. Public discourse in this area is very important.
Yeah, that's fair. It's interesting though. Like, it sounds like you are going out of your way to thoroughly research it though before knee-jerk reacting, which is a very good thing.
Well, it's important because
you are a larger organization in that country too, aren't you?
We're new. I wouldn't call us large by any stretch of the imagination at this point.
That's fair.
But we would certainly have no complaints if we became large, because it would mean that we would have more funding available through membership and whatnot to be more effective. Our primary goals are to do things like ensuring that our rights to freedom, our rights and freedoms are not infringed upon, and that we have one thing that's very dear to me is when somebody is publicly vilifying atheists just for being atheists, I want to counter that. I don't want to stop people from vilifying atheism or atheists, but I want to be that voice, or anybody can encourage others to be that voice to counter it and stand up against it and say,
Oh,
wrong.
I agree 100%.
Because
I mean, that's
you
part of the
support
reason
freedom
why
of expression too, right?
Well, that's
Yeah.
part of the reason why Nuck has, promoted me to co-host and even had me as a moderator on his channel, because he sees, pagans and atheists as allies.
Sorry, say that again. I didn't understand quite what you said.
Oh, I said that's part of the reason why Naka actually invited me on for first as a moderator and now as the co-host, to show that like pagans and atheists are mostly aligned in our goals. Like he wanted to promote that image of, atheists aren't dicks who are going to pick on everybody.
Are you a pagan?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, okay.
So am I.
All right. Hey,
Yeah,
well,
I
nice
have
to meet both of you.
lots and lots of pagan friends, and not just pagans though, like progressive Christians. Like I go out of my way to really be accepting of Christians that aren't dicks.
like Richard Madsen.
Yeah, Richard and that Christian vlogger who is soon to be very soon is going to be rolling out his new image and his new show, talking with a bunch of different worldviews. Our interview will be out very soon. I cannot wait to release the interview that me and that Christian vlogger did when he was here.
Isn't his new show Just Listening or I'm Listening?
Well, that's one of his shows with another Christian, but his new show is going to be Justin Clow. And it's just going to be he wants to get involved with these conversations. He wants to meet all the different people, all the different worldviews, and he wants to have a conversation about coexistence, because we've all got to get along, right?
Yeah, and of course, there's people like us who we don't associate with a particular worldview just for being atheists as well. And that's a point that gets glossed over a lot. Like, one of the interesting things, too, here in Canada, we have, under Section 2 of our Charter, one of our freedoms is freedom of association. Freedom of conscience and freedom of other, like being part of a religion and things like that are part of it as well. Then there's Section 15, which forbids discrimination including based on a number of examples. And this section is often misread as being only limited to that set of examples, but it's not. They're just providing those as examples, such as not discriminating based on sex, based on religious affiliation, based on ethnicity, based on all kinds of different things. But that's not an exclusive list. It is just examples. So, here the topic of asking people what religion they are doesn't come up very often here, unless you're in a religious circle. It's kind of rare. Like, here, a conversation I was talking with Aliakai and Marty. I hope I'm saying your names properly. And
it's Aliakai, but most people call me Ali because people have different. It comes from Alakaid. I'm Haida.
Okay.
I'm half Haida, half British.
All right. Oh, very good. So.
I'll explain the accent at some point if we get to know each other better. People have heard about it on the channel. I got high. I couldn't control it anymore. My apologies.
She's a fellow half-blood. Marty. She's a half-blood Native American like me. So, our white blood matters and our red blood don't. That kind of thing.
But it didn't even dawn on me to consider whether you're religious or not, because I just in the channel here, just chatting with just seemingly friendly people is kind of how I generally approach it. And of course it came up because it was appropriate, because it was Noka had just mentioned that, I got pagans on here. So, okay. So I can find out.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, like most pagans won't try to convert you. So you're not going to find out what religion we are unless you ask us anyway. Cause like for a while, people on this channel didn't realize I was a pagan. Mm-hmm. Because I don't talk about it extensively, not until I got involved with Sticks and Stonehenge, which is an explicitly pagan YouTube channel. That's the other channel I help with.
Unless I'm like, let's talk about some shit, Ali.
So
well, I live in the South in the United States, and if you're not a Christian down here, forget about it.
And people know too.
Yeah, yeah. So especially when I'm wearing my pentagram every day, all day, everywhere I go, and being a bisexual.
I'm sure you get those Satan worshiper looks.
forget
I'm
about
not as
looks.
familiar.
I've been straight up called a Satan worshiper. I'm straight up told that I'm going to hell. I used to work with a girl who told me, "Well, hope you have fun burning in hell." I was like, "Bitch, I will cut you."
Well, Marty, I think we have something in common because as an atheist, I've been labeled a Satanist as well.
me too. So many times.
I mean,
many
same
times.
here.
If you read the tenets of Satanism, they're way fucking better than the 10 Commandments.
Oh, it's awesome.
They're way fucking better than the 10 Commandments.
I blew a Christian girl, like this young 22, 24-year-old Christian girl. She just started working at my work. I blew her away the other day because I'm like, yeah, I totally love Satanists. And she's like, what?
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're like political mostly.
Yeah, because it's not what they see in the movies or what they read, what their Bible tells them, or what the like. When I tell people I practice witchcraft, the first thing they do is, do you sacrifice animals? No, read a fucking book. Stop watching so many goddamn movies.
I mean, to be fair, I've gotten as a Hellenic Reconstructionist, I've gotten very similar questions, except people assume that I'm a Wiccan, so they'll start wishing me happy Wiccan holidays rather than, or I get a bunch of Zedeus dick jokes, which are really obnoxious, or accusations of being a mythic literalist, of which I am not.
Hey, Buck, I think, Allie, you said you sent Buck a link on Discord, right?
Yeah, I sent it as a direct message. It should be in his direct messages.
You can email me, Buck, at theraging-atheist, DA-raging-atheist, @gmail.com. I got my Gmail open. Oh, there you are. I will send you a link right now myself, personally. But yeah, I think Allie sent you one on Discord, but I'll send one right now.
What holidays do you do, Allie? I'm not too familiar. I mean, I love Greek mythology, but I'm not too familiar with the worship and the whatever, the pantheon.
So there are a lot of them. The ones that I personally recognize are Panathenea and Saturnalia, which is more of a Roman holiday, but it was, grown from Greek roots.
Yeah, I've heard of Saturnalia. That's cool.
I also celebrate every month Pneumonia and Triakos, the Hecatian dinners.
I will send that link once I get back on Discord and copy the link.
But Randolph is actually about to respond, and we all kind of...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, go for it, Randolph. I'm going to send this link right now, hopefully.
I guess we were talking about Satanism, which, as I
and
understand...
being accused of Satanism.
Yeah, being accused.
Yeah, which I also understand used to be known as Randism. And the 7 tenets are very interesting. There's I've got a list here. One should strive to act with compassion and empathy toward all creatures in accordance with reason. Number 2 is the struggle for justice is an ongoing and necessary pursuit that should prevail over laws and institutions. Number 3 is one's body is inviolable, subject to one's own will alone. Number 4, the freedoms of others should be respected, including the freedom to offend. To willfully and unjustly encroach upon the freedoms of another is to forego your own. The 5th one is beliefs should conform to our best scientific understanding of the world. We should take care never to distort scientific facts to fit our beliefs. Number 6, people are fallible. If we make a mistake, we should do our best to rectify it and resolve any harm that may have been caused. Number 7, the final one, every tenet is a guiding principle designed to inspire nobility in action and thought. The spirit of compassion, wisdom, and justice should always prevail over the written or spoken word. Like, these
That's fucking great.
Yeah.
And I don't hear anything I disagree with.
A lot of that reminds me of our Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms too, because there's a lot of things there's a lot of overlap here. So after I read the tenets the first time, I thought, wow, if I had to pick a religion, then, Satanism is going to be pretty high up on the list just because of the tenets alone.
Yeah.
I'm just not interested in joining a religion though, but I've always been an atheist, but it's...
I mean, LaVey had some pretty problematic stuff in his work, but it was remarkably progressive for its day.
Yeah. It's like that with a lot of things, though.
Y'all are lucky. Y'all got fucking 10 rules or like 5 rules or whatever. I got fucking 613.
That you don't follow any.
They don't follow. I was gonna say, how many of those do you follow, Will? Maybe 2.
I kid, Will. I kid.
Maybe 100. Well, each individual command is like, okay, don't like so like kosher law when it comes to dietary restrictions. That's probably like 20 or 30 right there.
Oh, jeez.
Well, as atheists, we don't have any rules to follow.
Yeah, I don't have any of that.
I can do
as a
what I
pagan
want.
either. Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty
I mean,
much.
I don't really have any rules to follow that are imposed by my gods. I have, some self-imposed, like, philosophical rules to follow. I'm a Stoic, so I have a certain
y'all
level
got
of that
laws.
that I
I really don't have any rules to follow because I am a single 42-year-old man that does what the fuck he wants. So,
Hey, 42. That's a good number.
yeah. I like that number.
I
You can
don't.
thank
Hey, my
DNA.
dad
I can just stay 42 forever.
You can thank
Open up
DNA for
my
that.
head.
Life, the universe, and everything. And DNA are the initials of Douglas Noel Adams, right?
Yes. I was about to say,
Allie knew that. I
don't
didn't.
forget to bring a towel.
Now you do.
I do know. Yes.
Keep
it's fun
calm
bringing
and
it up
don't forget to bring a towel.
Always bring your towel.
Don't forget to bring a towel. Yep. Hey, that almost sounds like a South Park reference.
And the petunias were all like, oh, not that again. Anyway.
Want to smoke crack?
it's a good number, just a shitty age. 20
So
Tally's
now
my
it's
favorite.
now the computer is still calculating the question.
Tally's my favorite. Y'all want to smoke crack?
You want to get high?
You want to get high?
Don't forget your towel.
Don't forget to bring a towel.
You know, I swear, Towley seems to have exactly the same accent as Bill Clinton.
What?
Remember, guys, speaking of weed, he did not inhale.
He also didn't have sexual relations with that woman, so
I did not have sexual
My
relations
understanding
with
is
I
that
did
woman.
not have
Yeah.
sexual
A
relations
sexual
with that
relation is
woman.
biological. It's not relationship. So he answered truthfully. Kenneth Starr was befuddled by political correctness, and that's why he misphrased it.
Yeah, fuck Ken Starr.
Well, this
My
has been a
God,
lot. This has been a delight. It's been a pleasure meeting all of you. I'm gonna have to head off, but
Oh
thank you.
yeah, so nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
awesome.
nice to
Thank
meet
you.
I'd like to do this again sometime.
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely.
you totally should come back sometime. Like, if you've joined the Discord, feel free to add me as a friend, and I'll make sure to invite you. Next time
Okay.
if we're
and-
talking about something you might be interested in.
2020 is going to be a lot of after shows and a lot of recorded after shows. So
Well, we're also
please come
doing the
into some
interview.
recorded after shows, Randolph.
Well,
Okay.
actually, we're doing the interview series. Randolph, if you'd like to come in February or March after you've had some time to research that bit of legislation, like we could do an interview about it and you could tell us all about what's going on over there, and maybe our Canadian viewers would, be interested in talking about it.
I'd be delighted. Yes, that
that'd be
sounds
awesome.
like a fantastic plan.
Well, and and at the end of every show, we let people shill out their stuff, so you can shill out your organization. We'll make sure it's in the description.
Oh yeah,
because you're
That's
trying
pretty
to grow, and like so far as we can tell, you guys support the same stuff we do. So why not?
yeah. It's pretty straightforward.
Oh yeah.
So I guess final word. Happy New Year in 2020, the year of perfect visions.
Happy,
yeah.
Happy New Year!
That
Thank you
is
so much
brilliant.
for
I like
coming.
it. The year of perfect visions. I love it.
Feel free to quote me on it. All right. Thank you very much. Have a great
Happy
New Year.
Yeah, thank you
Take
so
it.
much for
Bye.
coming on, Randolph.
It was a pleasure. It really was.
Knock, you made a new friend.
Oh man, that's what I love about these open rooms. Like, man, you just meet so many different people, and it's awesome. And to be fair, like we had talked on Discord, but to actually talk is pretty cool.
All right, let's talk t-shirt designs because that's the real reason I'm here. Listen,
You're a bit low,
What's
Will.
up?
What's up?
I'm just not shouting because
Oh, because you're at work.
Yeah. But I have a portfolio. But I can't just put it on Discord, so I got to send it to you in Discord because it's NSFW.
Oh, jeez.
Do you know Cheshire Vic?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got some NSFW art of certain.
Don't send that to me, please.
She's cute.
That's all I've got. I have to send it to somebody because I need people to know that I can do this fucking baby mana t-shirt. God damn it.
Yeah, we'll do a baby manatee. Chesh is I like Chesh.
She's cute.
We
She's seen it.
we talk.
We are.
Having NSFW like artwork that wasn't in any way solicited by that particular person is a little strange, isn't it?
Oh no, we talked about it ahead of time.
Okay, I guess if it was consensual, that's fine. Because, like, I know that Cirrus actively solicits, like, fan art of all kinds.
Yeah, well, see, because, like, I asked, I was going to do some of AR, and I asked ahead of time, and she was like, yeah, sure, go ahead. But this is before she came out. So then I messaged her again. I was like, so I'm in the middle of drawing this thing. So what do you want me to draw? And she was just like, I don't know, do whatever you want. And I was just like, never mind, I'm not touching that. I'm gonna get canceled.
I didn't know that you drew though.
Yeah, I do. Sort of, it's sort of like just a thing that I do every once in a while.
Yeah, my hobbies are a bit boring. I play electric guitar sometimes, and I knit.
All right,
I game too, but
so Buck is saying they're on Zoom and can hear us. What do they need to do? I can't quite think of it right now.
Like, in order to enter the room, you have to download the Zoom software, and you have to give it access to your camera and microphone.
Yeah, access to camera and microphone, and you should come right in.
Yeah, just join with computer audio and it should be good.
I did a Brett Keane t-shirt once. Puts the chili on the cheese. Actually, I think I can send that to you. Because
yeah, we can do a Brett Keane t-shirt.
Yeah, he never used it, so I think it's there.
Well, I mean, Brett Keane, I don't know. He'll probably like false flag me and shit, right?
I doubt it. He doesn't really watch YouTube anymore. I was on the.
Oh, he still watches me. We know he still watches me. He's got a hard on for me.
I was on the BitTube Discord because I didn't know they had a Discord, but I'm trying to verify my account so I can get more than like 60 minutes of video uploaded. Which is weird because I went on BitTube and I get like hundreds of views on BitTube, which is weird. I think it's just an artificial number. But at any rate, I mentioned that Brett Keane had a BitTube, and everyone in BitTube was like, Brett Keane has a BitTube. And I was like, oh, fuck, everyone knows who I am then. Because of fucking J-dubs and everything, so it was weird.
So, JL just joined. Welcome. Are you going to speak?
The issues of being a first-time Zoomer.
So it's saying that you haven't. It doesn't look like you've enabled microphone access, JL.
All right, Knock. I'm going to stay in here, but I'm going to mute. So if I don't respond, it's because I'm trying to send you that Brett Keane thing.
All right, yeah. Well, you can send me what you want. I'll look at them, but if it's disrespectful to Chesh, I probably wouldn't use it.
Did it work now? I think
I hear you.
Oh, we can hear you now.
Oh, now we hear you.
I pushed the right button this time.
I'm going to be getting Chesh back on the channel soon. I think we talked soon.
Chesh consented. So I asked Chesh beforehand.
All right, then yeah, send that shit to me too.
Yeah, all right.
And really, I'm really hoping that like Sokka will be on the channel a couple times before he goes back to C. Hey, what's up? Oh yeah, you got one of the pens. I'm out.
This is my Hanukkah cartridge, man. It's been like the bare minimum for at least 8 days, and
oh shit, yeah, it'd have been gone.
I can't suck that hard, I guess.
I suck
quick
hard.
Before I send this stuff. Speaking of Hanukkah, listen, non-Jews, can you please stop fucking killing us? That would be great. I appreciate that. I'd appreciate it if you didn't just walk into a synagogue and stab a whole bunch of people, or go into a kosher deli and stab a whole bunch of people.
You can thank you can thank the current climate for that shit.
So far, it's been a bunch of fucking Christians.
I agree wholeheartedly, though. Yes, please stop killing Jewish people. This shit ain't cool. We're about to rectify it, either by removing his ass or putting Bernie Sanders in office. Just give us time. Just give us time.
Yeah, I don't care what ideology drives you to kill Jewish people. Just how about just stop killing people in general?
Will, like you literally like have you heard that they're literally attacking Bernie Sanders for being anti-Semitic now?
That's fucking hilarious. That's
well,
really
because
crazy.
he believes in a two-state solution for like Israel and
Palestine, yeah.
Palestine. Because
I mean,
he
Torah
talks about
says-
that. People are calling him anti-Semitic because a lot of people think anti-Zionist is anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
Torah says that Jews aren't even supposed to be in Israel right now. So there's some radical Torah supremacists that say that we're the chosen people, and it's basically reverse white nationalism for Jewish people, which is fucked up. I mean, it's basically Nazism in reverse, I guess. What do you call it?
You ever?
So it's too. I mean, there's two basic ideas about the whole fucking thing. I'm of the opinion that we're part of the diaspora. We're not supposed to be there yet. We gotta wait. So anyway, I'm gonna send that stuff now. I just wanted to point out that you probably shouldn't kill people.
Why does God care so much about a little piece of land on this fucking piece of this huge earth? I mean, there's like better land, right?
Culturally significant.
Like, I mean, I think we know enough about the world now to understand that Israel is not any kind of promised land. I mean, it's kind of shit land, right?
No, you should hear some of the hateful things that Jewish people say about Israel too. I mean, there's all kind of.
I'm just talking shit about religion right now. I'm just being me. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Yeah, there's definitely a difference between Israel and Judaism. I wouldn't dispute that.
I kid. I mean,
anyway,
guys, JL was trying to speak up.
It's no big deal. I had a job in the labor movement after college, and back in 2005. Man, I was like super political then, and the labor movement, it's freaking naturally left wing. And I was working with this woman. She was the senior organizer and whatever, and she was Jewish as all get out. And I mentioned Noam Chomsky and his views on Zionism and shit. And it was the first time I'd ever heard an actual Jewish person call another Jewish person a self-hating Jew. It's one of my favorite, like if you're anti-Zionist or the anti-occupation, you're somehow not a real Jew. Yeah.
I'm still learning about Judaism.
That just sounds like gatekeeping to me personally.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the no true Scotsman / like I said, like Jews who are critical of Israel or they get tabbed as self-hating Jews for some reason.
Just like no true.
Are you Jewish yourself?
Homosexuality.
No.
That one.
I will give Will credit. Like, Will seems to be like getting more knowledgeable about being Jewish. I'm gonna stop like fucking with you about not being Jewish, Will.
I did have some drunk when I first grew my beard out really long. Some woman called me some Jewish woman drunk at a bar. She called me the wandering Jew, I think is what he's called. The old vagabond with a huge, yeah, the wandering.
I've been called a vagabond. that struck me as unique. Like, a fucking vagabond?
Like, would they mean it like in a mean way?
Yeah.
Okay, that's like
RB home.
Yeah, that would make me.
It's just I'm still in the middle of doing this, but I heard you mention my name, so I popped back in. Wandering Jew is just a euphemism for aimless. Somebody with no direction.
Right.
Oh, and other news: water is wet. Or this one. And the real question that nobody will answer for me is toaster sandwich. I've been asking this. I texted Naki.
Toaster sandwich. What the fuck does that even mean?
I saw that earlier today.
Toaster.
A Pop-Tart is not a
Because
fucking
the-
sandwich.
Oh.
Oh God, we're doing
Happy
sandwich
New Year, Ned.
epistemologies. This is a dumpster fire. All right.
Yeah,
Everybody
no,
needs.
because
If we're doing
toaster
sandwich
contains-
epistemology, then people need to state their position in exact definition of what a sandwich is.
So
Well, I
a
mean,
sandwich.
toaster contains bread sometimes. I mean, it could contain bagel, but bagel is bread minus yeast.
Are you?
And technically, there's a partition. There's a partition between the two slots in your basic toaster. That's metal.
No.
I mean, is it digestible?
no.
Sometimes.
No.
Okay, if you talk thesaurus long enough,
No.
then a road between two pieces of lawn is a
It's a
sandwich.
fucking no,
the earth
Will.
is a sandwich. The universe is a sandwich.
Now you can say that the road is sandwiched between two pieces of land, but that doesn't make it a sandwich.
I see. The terms are not mutually exclusive. I see.
No. So if you
All right, now that I lit
bomb
the
out here.
now that I lit the match on this dumpster fire, I'm gonna go back to collating all of my art.
All right, so people need to now that Murdy has decided to throw down, we need to get a precise definition of sandwich from each of you.
It's not a fucking Pop-Tart. as
Okay,
Ocean
no, not
thinks.
what it's not. Give an actual definition for the word sandwich. You go first, Murdy, because you threw down.
Okay, so if you take two pieces of lettuce and put shit.
Okay,
in
you want
it,
a
It's a sandwich.
Okay, so you need to give a concise definition. So it sounds like you're saying that a sandwich is any object nestled between two other objects.
But it would have to be
Oh, man.
it would have to be edible. Like the road between two pieces of land is not a sandwich. So something edible between, you have two things and you put something.
So
in
you're,
between
you're a
the things.
sandwich naturalist?
All right, so
Sure, I'll go with that.
Nihilist.
Okay, so it sounds like she's a structural purist but an ingredient rebel. And so my response unto you is that lasagna is a sandwich.
No, it's not.
And so is a
Oh.
Pop-Tart.
A Pop-Tart's not a damn sandwich. And I will go
A
to the
Pop-Tart is
Mac on
definitely
that.
a sandwich.
No, it's not.
So
It is not a
you
sandwich.
said that it's anything that is edible and nestled between two other things. Lasagna therefore qualifies as a sandwich.
How does, because it's not, if you take lasagna and put it in like a taco shell, then that's a sandwich.
No, lasagna
No.
because you've got like filling in between two noodles, and it's wheat even, so it's even within quote the bread family.
But
So
there's more than one. There's like 6 layers of pasta, and then
okay, so
and
you're
then
saying a
there's
Monte
cheese and
Cristo.
pasta and
You're
blah,
saying
blah,
that Monte Cristos are not sandwiches because you have multiple layers of bread in that.
blah. Monte Cristo.
You've never had a Monte Cristo?
No,
I have no idea what the fuck that
yeah.
is.
It's a fried. It's like a sandwich dipped in
It's
batter.
it's like a
hearty-
fried calzone almost. Like
Well, and then there's also
little
the
heart
one that
attack.
like Elvis really liked, which is a bunch of French toast with like eggs and sausage in between.
a McGriddle.
But
No,
those are,
that's like-
by
that's a
your
waffle.
definition, because there's multiple layers of the top and bottom, those are not sandwiches, even though they are.
Wait, what? Oh, sorry, I was reading the chat.
You are
If
saying that any
Pop-Tart-
sandwich with more than one layer of bread is not a sandwich. So you're excluding a whole class of sandwiches.
No,
like
because a
even
Big
very
Mac,
large subs.
I would consider a Big Mac a sandwich, or like a
But
club
then-
sandwich a sandwich.
But then your disqualification for the lasagna is invalid because there's extra layers of the outside breading within the middle.
But it's not bread; it's pasta.
Okay,
It's
well
not
then
a pasta
your
sandwich.
well then your lettuce is disqualified from being a sandwich.
But you have 2 pieces of lettuce, and you put.
But you have two
two-
pieces of pasta with
But it's
things
not
in
2
between.
pieces of pasta. It's pasta. It's cheese, pasta, sauce, meat.
Okay,
cheese,
but again,
pasta,
the
with
Monte Cristo and Elvis's sandwich and sub sandwiches are now no longer sandwiches because you've got multiple layers.
A
Like,
sub
you
is
were-
totally a sandwich. It's a bread, some crap in between, and bread.
Yes, but sometimes you've got thicker subs that have multiple layers of bread in between in order to help hold all of the ingredients. You were saying that those are no
That's-
like party size subs are no longer subs.
No, sure, that's a sandwich.
Okay,
A party-
well then lasagna is a sandwich. Your disqualification of
Lasagna's not
lasagna
a
is not
sandwich,
logical
Alan.
sound.
No, I was busy drawing, and no.
Lasagna's not a sandwich.
How is
Okay,
lasagna
but by your
sandwich?
definition, lasagna is a sandwich.
But it's
No.
not. just because it's pasta and made from the wheat family-ish doesn't make it a sandwich. Like I said, you can take.
But if you're saying that if it's not,
why is there this prerequisite of bread?
Okay, but she argued earlier for a lettuce wrap being a sandwich, which then says that it does not have to be bread on either side, which lasagna still stands as a sandwich. There's no qualification in your definition that excludes it.
But lasagna is pasta. Like it's what's the word I'm looking for? It's fuck. I'm trying to look for a word. It's pasta. It's like ziti is pasta. You wouldn't call.
Okay, but what makes pasta any less, what makes pasta any less valid as an outside sandwich than lettuce?
I have an opinion. I believe a key factor in a sandwich is one's ability to hold it in one's hand and eat it.
Sure.
One cannot realistically eat lasagna with one's hands without looking ridiculous.
Have you had deep fried lasagna?
If you put lasagna in between, like,
there's an exception to every rule.
If you put lasagna in between like a taco or something like that.
Okay, but if however though, you said that without looking ridiculous. So you're saying that there's a societal component to one's behavior that is being judged here?
Like a sloppy Joe, that's a sandwich.
Okay, but then you're now precluding, if you have to eat it by your hands, you are now precluding every single sandwich that is eaten with a knife and fork. Ergo, sloppy Joes are no longer sandwiches.
Sure they are. I pick up a sloppy Joe. I eat that bitch in my hand.
Before resorting to the knife.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Same thing
there's a lot of people that I know that overload. Actually, that overload their sloppy Joes to the point where they eat them open faced. Like that's how my family did it growing up, and that's how a lot of people around here. So now open faced knife and fork sandwiches are no longer sandwiches because you just qualified it as having to be eaten with your hands. It needs to be a philosophically consistent definition here, guys.
Not exclusively. However, one of the key components to most sandwichings require the ability, ye old mitts to ye old mouth with ye old sandwich. I wrote the word ye old, so I'm repeating it over and over.
I mean, I'll give you open-faced sandwich is a sandwich. Oh, neat.
Okay, so it does not have to be eaten by, your hands. You can eat it with the knife and fork. Ergo, there's still nothing in your definition that excludes lasagna.
Okay. Do you think an Oreo cookie is a sandwich?
Technically,
they
yes.
are called
Actually,
it is a sandwich. If you look on the package, it says cookie sandwiches.
If you grew up poor, you grew up eating sandwich cookies.
I maintain that threesomes are sandwiches, so.
Right.
So Naka is a sandwich absurdist, just like Cirrus. Now, you guys are a bit more conservative. You include edible as part of your definition, but still, there is absolutely nothing that you have said that excludes lasagna from being a sandwich.
Now, something can be sandwiched in between two things. Like if you sit on a plane and you're sitting in the middle, you're sandwiched between two people. But that don't make you a sandwich.
Okay, but this is the thing, Marty, though. You said it has to be edible. You said it has to be, filling in between two edible outer layers. And you established that you can eat it with a knife and fork. You did not establish that you absolutely must eat it with your hands because that would exclude, all open-faced sandwiches. So nothing in your definition precludes lasagna because lasagna is filling in between two outer layers. It can be eaten with a knife and fork, which means it's edible. So therefore, you have said absolutely nothing in your philosophical definition to exclude lasagna from being a sandwich. You might keep telling me it's not, but you have yet to have put down a definition that will not exclude things that you do consider sandwiches.
Well, I've been cleaning this bowl right here, and this bowl has been glass filled with resin, and I've been cleaning it with this little paper clip, and I maintain that this bowl is a sandwich.
Yeah, Naka is an ingredient absurdist. You appear to be a structural purist and an ingredient rebel because you agree that lettuce can be a sandwich. But therefore, even by structural purism, lasagna is still a sandwich. So you have yet to have excluded it from your definition.
If you take two Pop-Tarts and you put lasagna in between the Pop-Tarts, that would be a sandwich.
Yeah, it would.
But a Pop-Tart itself is not a sandwich.
Well, what, okay, fine. Is a calzone a sandwich?
No.
No.
A calzone is not a sandwich.
It's a
I gotta interject. This is really. I can't believe I fucking even mentioned toaster. Anyway, knock all that
It's
stuff.
all
Sending it should
fucking
be
Will's
getting to you.
fault.
Is a Euro
I'll get back on
sandwich.
Discord after the stream. Will Discord usually makes me
It's
lag.
is a what? A
Is
sandwich?
a Euro a sandwich?
Oh yeah,
A hero? Like a sub?
a gyro.
What
A
is
gyro.
that?
Like a doner, a kebab. It's a Greek sandwich stuffed in a pita.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't even know what that is. So I mean,
they're delicious. You've missed out on.
She
quite a
lives
bit.
in the South.
I live in Georgia. We don't. I mean, if it's not deep fried or with sweet tea, we don't know what it is down here.
It's
Apparently, Discord has some sort of weird algorithm that even when I send it in a DM, it knows it's explicit content and it thinks that I'm trying.
Okay, but if you think a taco is a sandwich, then you
So,
have no reason to say that a calzone is not.
But a
Very
calzone's
good.
not
Okay,
a
I'll just-
sandwich.
Sorry, Will.
Sorry, Will. What?
Text
Discord
it
thinks
to
you're
you.
trying to send porn over or something?
Yeah, it thinks that I'm trying to spam knock with porn and I'm not. So I'll just text it. I'll text that one to you, but the rest, I think.
I mean, you got my email address. You can send it there.
So why isn't
It'll
a calzone
take
a
forever
sandwich?
to find that.
Why isn't a
asking why
calzone
a
a sandwich?
pizza is a sandwich.
Yeah, a pizza's not a sandwich. Just because
it
something's made out of like some kind of doughy substance doesn't automatically make it bread or just pasta. Like pasta's its own thing.
Okay, but
and
you said that it
pastries are
doesn't
its
have
own
to be.
thing.
It says that it doesn't have. You said that it didn't have to be bread earlier when you said that lettuce was
Sure.
possible.
Yeah.
So therefore, you can't exclude bread. You can't exclude non-bread breads from being the basis of sandwiches.
Non-bread bread.
But if it's not
People
bread,
need to get woke
it's
on
not
sandwiches.
bread.
Yeah.
Like a
Marty,
pasta
I
is
hate to
not
say this,
bread.
but your epistemology is inconsistent. It is not logically coherent here.
My whole philosophy on sandwiches has been destroyed. I have to go back and probably get a job at Subway and figure out this shit.
So wait a second. This is the question we have to ask. Is gravy bread a sandwich?
Gravy bread?
Yeah.
What's that?
So what it is in Chicago, they have they're known for their dipped Italian beef, right? They're dipped Italian beef. Well, they ran into they have now also a secondary sandwich that came from that. So what had happened is, you only cook so much meat for the day, right? And they would run out of the meat, but they'd still have bread and they'd still have the sauce. And people maybe didn't have the money to pay for a whole sandwich anyway with the meat and all that. So what they would do is take the bread and just dunk the bread and serve you that as a sandwich. They consider that as a sandwich. Is that a sandwich?
So if you just have
Just
like
wet
sauce,
bread.
you just have sauce and bread.
It's a wet Italian. It's the sandwich bread. It's cut.
Okay,
down
that
the
sounds
middle,
very
it's
similar
bread.
to shit on a shingle.
That sounds like
Yeah.
like a is it meat in the sauce? So it's like a meatball sub,
No,
right?
no,
If you're
there's
taking
no
bread
meat.
and
There's no meat.
No, it's literally just gravy on
It's
top
like
of bread.
dunking bread in au jus.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not
basically what it is.
no. Wait a minute. You
dunked
call
into-
do you call spaghetti sauce? You call it gravy?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, gravy is partially a British thing.
I was about to
No, it's
say
Italian.
it's not
Betty.
gravy.
It's an Italian thing too. Like
Oh.
tomato gravy is what they call it.
Sauce.
Oh yeah.
It's not
Italian
gravy.
pizza sauce is sauce, but
Yes.
the gravy that comes with a hot Italian is gravy.
That's not.
Okay, but again, it would be an open-faced sandwich by Murdy's definition earlier.
That's what I'm saying. So
If you're
my
just dipping
definition
the
is-
bread in the sauce.
No, it's smothered in the sauce. Like it comes served with it on top of it.
Yeah, it's an open-faced sandwich, just like she said, and then they just take out a big ladle and they drizzle a whole ladle of sauce over the open-faced.
It's shit on the shingle
bread.
without the meat.
And then you gotta have the jardiniere.
What is it
A frustrated atheist has taken the
Jardiniere.
position that biscuits and gravy are an open-faced sandwich.
Called a gravy bread, also known as a soaker.
No,
Gravy bread? I've never heard of this, so I gotta see what it looks like.
gravy bread. That's yeah. It sounds like what you get
But
to
seriously, your guys' sandwich epistemology is incoherent. There are so many things that you've excluded from being sandwiches that, by your definition, fit.
It's literally just no. Well, no.
My
I wouldn't
head
really
right
call
now
that
is a sandwich. My head is sandwiched between these two
Yep.
Headphones right here.
You're not a sandwich. Your head is sandwiched between your headphones, but that doesn't make you a sandwich.
You need to awaken to the whole universal aspect of what a sandwich
Okay, so
is.
the U.S. is a sandwich between me and Naka.
That's true. That is true. We are
A
sandwiched.
sandwich. He's a sandwich absurdist by his epistemology. Now, I haven't revealed my epistemology yet because I'm having too much fun taking your guys' apart.
What's funny is like I don't even know what epistemology. I've tried to remember what all the different ologies and the
Oh, it won't let me read the
epistemology and what's the other one?
Ontology.
Teleology and ontology. I get them confused.
I just started studying philosophy, so I'm hip now to this lingo. I wasn't always.
Naka's had a lot of fun with this because I actually pulled the same thing on another person that we were talking to who had a similar definition, and I ended up having to drive them further towards sandwich conservatism because they realized that lasagna would be a sandwich under their definition.
I was just saying, because my definition of
and so would a crepe.
Yeah, like my
What?
definition of a sandwich excludes taco shells, flatbreads. If it's not a
your
bread,
problem is you see sandwich as a food and not a fact of life.
I'm looking at a piece of lasagna right now.
Scrolling you guys.
There's nothing on this that says sandwich. There's
why are you
nothing when I'm looking at that says sandwich.
But you have done nothing to exclude it from being a sandwich, and I've explained repeatedly how it fits the very broad definition that you have given me for what a sandwich is.
Well,
in order to include your lettuce wrap, you have to open up the lasagna. This is the way that epistemology works. You must be logically consistent in your thinking.
Is
I'm
a
not
hot
even cleaning
dog
this bowl anymore. I'm
sandwich?
going to get a paper.
Yes.
You still cleaning that bowl?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I've been cleaning this bitch for like 30 minutes. First time live on stream, I cleaned a bowl and I got frustrated because it's not clean enough.
Ollie, can I ask a question, in a deeper question in this?
Okay.
Poll of the people in the chat or in the call. Chicken between any two pieces of bread is called a chicken what?
Sandwich. I mean, sometimes it's called a burger, sometimes it's called a sandwich. Generally, it depends on how it's shaped.
No, I'm not accepting the chicken burger. I'm not
No.
accepting the Australian's definition. I refuse.
Not a burger.
It's not.
Like
It's
a zebra
chicken-
might
it's
be a horse, but a zebra is not a horse, you know? That was from earlier today. Some that marmot guy or whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah, but the problem is that there's actual taxonomical reasons why a zebra is not a horse. So, like, you can very clearly point to taxonomy and descent and point to why a zebra is not a horse. On the other hand, you guys still have failed to demonstrate that lasagna is not a sandwich. Like,
Well,
Naka
I-
accepts that lasagna is a sandwich, but that's because Naka himself is a sandwich.
So I just
generally
made a drink. I just made a drink, and I've got about 6 ice cubes in this drink. I've got 6 sandwiches.
No, you don't, Naka. No, you don't.
And
Now,
Naka, the drink is an open-faced sandwich because the glass is the outer wrapping.
now, I will grant you that maybe lasagna has a common ancestor.
Oh,
Right?
God, wait,
It has
now we're talking about
quality.
sandwich evolution.
Yes, I'll
But
grant
like
you
bread
that.
is much, but the problem is that bread is much older than lasagna. So like the problem is you can't say that the sandwich shares a common ancestor.
Well,
All
sure,
right,
well,
listen.
sure it does. I mean, people have been putting shit in between bread for, it's in the Bible as a matter of fact. So probably before
Listen.
that.
Listen, I have a concise definition that I think most of you would agree on. A sandwich is 2 or more slices of bread, a split
Okay,
roll.
guys. 30 seconds. The ghost just came in. Naka, this will blow your mind. He says a human being is the sandwich because the skin wraps all of the innards.
Fuck yeah.
No!
Fuck yeah.
No. Listen,
Y'all need
okay.
to get woke. Y'all need to realize the reality of everything.
We live in a sandwich universe. We live in a
Yeah.
flat universe. The universe is
God. Oh.
Have you guys have you ever seen that old Saturday Night Live skit about the guy? It's about it's the England in the 1600s and they're introducing all these royal people and like they introduced, the sandwich was invented by the Earl of Sandwich, who wanted to like eat meat while he was gambling or some crazy shit like that. And so they're like, Lord and Lady Sandwich. And then the next guy walks up and is like, oh, Lord and Lady Douchebag. It's nice to meet you. What are you working on these days?
Listen,
that clearly explains to me just why the sandwich is awesome. Because if you're trying to figure out a way to nourish yourself as you're gambling and committing debauchery, well, then I'm fully behind the fact that, that everything is probably a sandwich, because everything should be sin, and if it's not sin, you're not doing it right.
Okay, so here's a brilliant observation from Chemo Mocky. Premise 1, a sandwich that begins to exist has a cause. Premise 2, the sandwich began to exist. Conclusion, the sandwich has a cause. Kalam cosmological sandwich.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. So, Knock, I sent the stuff that I could send in Discord on Discord, and then I emailed that one to you.
All right, and I will look at all of that tomorrow during my hangover.
Oh, okay.
So, just saying though, Will, what is your sandwich epistemology? What would your precise definition of a sandwich be?
It's got to be kosher.
I'm getting to that. It's okay. So it's 2 or more slices of bread or a split roll. It has to have a filling in between. It doesn't matter what the filling is.
So a lettuce wrap is not a sandwich.
You're talking about sandwiches. I'm talking about sandwiches. Y'all need to get woke.
An open-faced sandwich is a sandwich, though.
Okay, well then you cannot define it as 2 or more pieces of bread.
Right. No, there's one exception to the sandwich rule. There's part A and there's part B.
So you're basically the Trumpinite of the sandwich epistemology.
Yeah, I guess so.
You're the conservative.
Okay, so by your definition, a lettuce wrap is not a sandwich.
Correct.
So Will's definition has to be 2 pieces of bread.
Okay, but then by your definition, if you were to create,
is a pizza
okay, so Will, by your definition, if you were to put peanut butter on one half of a piece of bread and jelly on the other half, and then fold it in half, would that be a sandwich?
Yes.
No, that is a fold. There's a difference between a roll, a fold, a wrap, and a sandwich.
Oh, he is a structural purist. There has to be 2 pieces of bread. He's a structural purist and an ingredient conservative.
Well, okay, no, but I do allow for the exception of the open-faced sandwich because it is a piece of bread with food on it.
So your definition is a piece of bread with a food on it. Okay, so define bread.
It's a wheat or grain product that made with or without leaven. We're keeping it kosher today. I don't know.
Okay, so a bread or grain product, lasagna is now a sandwich.
Wait. I'm getting weird. Like, I don't know what I'm hearing. It sounds like somebody's got a walkie-talkie or like military.
You guys are hearing. You're probably hearing the guys discussing things right outside my door.
I don't know. It almost sounded like one of those dudes that smoked for too long and they got that thing and they're like.
It sounds like the FBI is listening.
I've got my gain turned down as low as I can get. Unfortunately, they're just loud.
It wasn't that bad. I'm just
very good.
But Will, by your definition, lasagna is a sandwich because pasta is a grain product, and it's not leavened, so it qualifies as not leavened.
It's well, actually, it's not because okay. So here's where it would be a sandwich if it was pasta. Shit in the middle and then pasta. But if you have more layers, then it's a lasagna.
Y'all just keep talking
so you were
about
saying
food.
that the Big Mac is not a sandwich?
Yeah, Big Mac's a sandwich.
Big Mac is
so because there's a third layer of bread in between. You were saying that the Big Mac is not a sandwich.
It's actually 2 sandwiches.
What?
No,
or a
it's
sandwich
like
and a half.
it's pretty metaphysical, man.
Okay, so you were saying that the additional layer of bread creates 2 sandwiches, one on either side of it.
Okay, so I guess lasagna must be under my definition.
Sandwiches.
I thought we was talking about sandwiches. Why were we talking about food?
Okay, so you guys need to actually, I'm going to be right back, but now that Nock is trolling the fuck out of you, you need to argue why a sandwich must be edible and why that is essential to the definition. Like, you have to make an actual philosophical argument for this point. If you're going to argue that it must be edible, all 3 of you must now prove why.
I'm not. That's what I'm saying.
I never made the argument that it had to be edible. I just made the argument that you could eat it with your hands. but not.
Okay, but you
So
can
so
eat it with
if you
your
can
hands
if
means
that's the definition, if you could eat it by your hands, is an ass a sandwich?
I was gonna say vagina. Is vagina a sandwich?
Throws
Is-
my head between two titties.
Okay, well, here's the, by your logic though, you said you can eat it with your hands. There is a man who ate a 737 jet with his hands. So a 737 jet is a sandwich by your
You're
definition.
missing the bread.
Well, no, I didn't say anything you can eat with your hands is a sandwich. I said one of the components, not exclusively, of a sandwich is the ability to eat it with your hands. But
Right.
here's a thing just blew my own mind with. If you had a plate with 2 slices of bread, 3 slices of cheese, some pickles, some shitty lunch meat, and you ate them all separately, did you just eat a sandwich?
No.
Okay, if you the thing is it depends. Did you pick up more than one ingredient at a time?
So as a child, I used to get sandwiches, and then I would literally break them apart and eat the bread separate, and then I'd eat the meat and I'd eat the cheese. So how is that not a fucking sandwich?
Because you
Okay,
took
so
the sandwich
would you say
apart.
that? So you guys are adding to your
Apart.
definition that it has to be eaten as a sandwich, as in.
All right,
as
see you
in
later,
one
frustrated.
piece.
If you deconstruct the sandwich,
Okay, so
No,
we're
It
out of
then just
curiosity-
becomes
literally the
ingredients
only
at
thing
that
I-
point. It is
Just
just
out of-
then just becomes ingredients.
Out of general curiosity, I looked it up. It seems to be that the general consensus online is that lasagna is sandwich. So,
What?
Yeah. I mean, there
So
is.
it's like that freaking marmot guy saying zebras were horses, and everyone's like, "Oh shit!"
I mean, that sounds counterintuitive, but it matches the definition. So.
Frustrated
Listen,
Atheist has
listen.
it right, and here's a word of advice. Ali is right here and is stomping all of you.
All I'm saying is facts don't care about your feelings. That's all.
Yeah.
I can't be stomped because
That guy
I
is
have
all
no
about-
universal definition of a sandwich. These people in this room are limited by their blind thinking. They can't see
Pop-Tart
is
is
the
not
box.
A sandwich.
Okay, but
Sandwiches
according to
have
Knock,
nothing to do
though,
with food
that
and everything to do
deconstructed
with
sandwich-
everything.
A deconstructed sandwich becomes a sandwich again to a structural purist the moment you pick it up with your hands. Any individual ingredient then becomes a sandwich between your fingers, and then it becomes a sandwich while in your mouth. So therefore, anything you eat is still a sandwich, by Knocker's definition.
This joint is a sandwich.
No, Knock, you have weed sandwiched between. It's not even a sandwich, it's rolled.
You just-
That's a weed roll up. You have
That
a
wasn't
roll.
just a Freudian slip, Marty. That
You
was
have-
the
you-
truth coming from your
Okay,
lips.
so Knocker.
You have
Okay,
a wrap.
so Murdy
not a roll, it's
is
a wrap.
is a wrap or a burrito sandwich. If a taco is a sandwich, you cannot exclude a burrito.
Taco is
I
not a
don't-
split roll.
I don't
so-
think burrito's a sandwich. I
And
don't
That's why I was
burrito's a
careful
sandwich.
to include in my definition.
No.
No
Wraps,
breads.
and fold.
Burrito's not a sandwich.
No,
If a
burrito's-
burrito's
You know-
a sandwich, a calzone's a sandwich.
I just
That's
realized
true.
I've already
Calzone is a
broken.
sandwich.
Not to get us off topic, but I've already broken my New Year's resolution, and I'm already drinking in 2020 right now.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
it's still considered New
It's
Year's.
not 2020 until you sleep, Knocker.
It's still considered New Year's.
I know
Everyone's
semantics,
sleeping.
semantics.
So you're good. But no, I don't think burrito's not sandwich because that would JL's right. That would make calzone sandwich, and calzone's not sandwich.
Calzone is.
Yes, but
well,
by
actually,
your definition, you have now excluded a lettuce wrap again because it is wrapped.
No, calzone's not wrapped.
this
The
is why-
universe
Yes, it is.
is
A
a
calzone
sandwich.
is wrapped around a filling. It is a sandwich, and actually, strombolis are counted as sandwiches.
The
And a
universe,
stromboli is a
the
sandwich.
universe itself is a sandwich because it's wrapped in God's loving arms.
Oh my god.
Oh
you
my
got
God.
fucking.
Knock.
Is a
Knock,
tostada
knock.
a sandwich?
You know, even better, as an atheist, it is wrapped in your love.
yeah.
See, this is why a wrap is different than a sandwich. This is what I'm saying. I can accept. Listen, I'm willing to give that lasagna must, in fact, be sandwich. But I'm not moving on stromboli. I'm not moving on burritos. Tacos are not. They're split, but they're not open face.
You know, on my level, we consider your type, Will, Neanderthal, because you're still speaking of food.
We're talking about.
All right, I'll be right back, guys. You guys do. For those of you, there's at least 2 of you in here that define sandwiches as having to be edible. You need to make a strong philosophical argument as to why that must be the case.
Not sure I'd made that argument.
I said at least 2 of you here had. Will is one of them, and Marty's the other.
Oh, okay.
It's a food kingdom.
Lest
you know what I
lest
mean?
I be lumped together with those.
It's not
Okay,
a
we're
food
not talking
kingdom,
about
Will.
science, sandwich taxonomy. We're talking about sandwich epistemology.
You know,
You're not making taxonomic classifications. You're making epistemological arguments. Get with the program here.
Will, I apologize if you've never experienced like a threesome, but we've always called that a sandwich.
I'm familiar. I
Have you been sandwiched in between 2 people, Will?
I cannot confirm nor deny. I'm getting married here soon. I can't.
I've been one of the outer layers.
We've
I've
all
been
have,
outer,
I've been one of the outer layers.
I mean,
We haven't done it at least
so you
once.
need to use this context right here, Will, to understand the universal methodology of what a sandwich is, and the sandwich is life. And once you
Listen,
realize
I'll
that
put-
everything is sandwiched in between each other, it's an enigma of sandwiches. It's a sandwich within a sandwich within a sandwich. And once you realize that, then you can understand what life is all about.
All right.
I mean,
I
the
have-
universe is mostly nothing. So I mean,
I have
Oh.
2 coloring books on the outside and other coloring books on an inside, right? Is this a sandwich?
Yeah,
That is a sandwich of coloring books. Yes.
But it's not a sandwich.
You could actually eat it if you prefer, Marty.
But
you know-
it's not a sandwich, Doc.
And you know, I know nothing about postmodernism or that Wittgenstein guy, but words are just they're just words are just things we assign to mean different things, man. So like your sandwich in your book is like not the same as your sandwich in your Happy Meal,
That's true. And
It's
yes,
sandwich
Randolph, ice cream sandwich counts because sandwich is in the fucking name. Ice cream sandwich.
it's not about the sandwich in your hand. It's about the sandwich in your heart. And I think maybe we can all evolve as a species if we just accept
Yeah.
sandwich.
It's really about how society comes together. And
Yeah, it's the
That's
simplest
what I'm
of
saying.
things.
We live in a society. We live in a society.
It's the
dude.
simplest
Right.
of things. So the words, the term, fucking idiot fucker, is a sandwich. It's an idiot sandwich in between 2 fucks.
yes,
I see what you're saying now.
I'm,
All right,
I'm
you
trying to
swayed me.
find something else okay, so on top of my Xbox One, I have Resident Evil in between Soul Calibur and what the hell else is under there? I don't know. There's another game. Is that a sandwich?
Are the 2 games on top and bottom the same?
no,
And is the
because they're
game
all-
in the middle different?
So
Yeah,
that's like
3 pieces of bread or sandwich.
It's
Yeah, it's
Soul
like the
Calibur,
loaf of
and then in
bread.
the middle is Resident Evil,
So-
and the bottom is I don't know what I have on the bottom
So
of that.
when thinking of the sandwich, you should think of the golden mean. So you have your issues, you have your problem A and problem C, and that's your
I
bun.
returned, just
And
so
in the
guys
middle
know.
you have your
Exactly.
filling, which is
Okay.
B, and the filling is the golden mean.
It's 4. It was 4 games. I'm sorry. So basically, here's a lasagna. I have Soul Calibur, Resident Evil, The Evil Within, and Assassin's Creed. Is this a lasagna?
No, it's just
No, that's
It
just
has
4
4
games.
layers.
It's just
I
4
mean,
games.
technically,
It would
onions
be a sandwich if the top game and the bottom game were the exact same.
So
I
if
mean-
I take, so
Or
this
if
is
it
not a
was a
lasagna.
maybe if it was like
ogres.
It's not a
Ogres have
sandwich. It
layers.
could be a lasagna.
Ogres have layers. There's
Okay.
4 ogres.
There's got to be other things though. It's just you can't have like 4 layers of freaking lasagna noodles and call it lasagna. You gotta have the other shit.
Right, I see.
But so if I put like a piece of paper.
Well, no. What if you're woke
between-
like me? You see the different layers of different shit because they're 4 different games. But what I'm saying is the top one and the bottom one's got to be the same game, and the 2
No,
in the
it's
middle
not the
can be
same
mixed.
game.
Grand
Mixed filling.
Canyon.
I know Naka, you have a daughter. Does anyone else have kids?
I have cats.
Because like I talk to I'm maybe like a weird dad, but like I talk to my kids like this all. I love.
Oh yeah, so do
like,
I.
yeah.
Oh, this is I mean.
Yeah, word
Hi,
games.
so
Like, yeah,
I'm
get her mind
I'm
working.
back. Nuka, we've got CK Blackwood in the chat saying, so many a discussion I have had on sandwich taxonomy, so if you want epistemology, this is my fucking favorite.
What up, CK?
I'm not that good. I'm not that good at philosophy. I can do maybe a little bit of taxonomy on sandwich, but philosophy not so much.
I didn't quite expect a sandwich conversation tonight, but the sandwich debate has been going on, and there's so few true people that understand what a sandwich actually is. You know,
So,
Hey,
Nuka,
Allie.
you and Cyrus are now officially best friends.
Hey, Allie,
I didn't realize
when
Cyrus
I,
took that position. I figured he'd be a little more conservative than me. I shouldn't have because he's
if you
farther
talk to
left.
Cyrus long enough, the universe is a sandwich.
Yeah, I'm totally with the universe as a sandwich. I'm totally with that.
But one person in the chat just argued that it's wrapped in the CMB, so it's technically calzone.
CMB.
Yeah.
Color me bad.
Wait, is it wrapped like a burrito or like enveloped like a calzone?
What the
I'm an
universe?
enigma sandwich.
Oh, you said a calzone
You
is
are.
an envelope.
Yeah,
a
Will is
calzone
definitely I can't speak.
Oh,
Enigma
Marty,
sandwich.
actually, you said that it can't be wrapped. A quesadilla is a sandwich.
Maybe.
Y'all still talking about food. I'm talking about Will.
Well, you see, Naka, I'm trying to be consistent within their epistemology,
Will
but they
Marmot?
still have yet to have presented, Marty, you have yet to have presented an argument as to why a sandwich must be edible.
Well, okay, we were just talking about three ways before. So if you're in the middle of a three-way, is that a sandwich?
Fuck yeah.
Technically, yeah.
It's a pretty good sandwich.
I mean, having been on the outer layer of that type of situation,
Well, the bread is still
You were
part
the
of the
bread.
sandwich, right?
I was the bread, and I wanted it that way though. I said to the other person, "We're cool as long as you don't touch."
I mean,
me."
I like
I may
both.
or
I
may
like
not
being the
have
bread
been-
and the filling.
I've been the meat exclusively, the filling rather.
I'll bet, Will.
And no, not with two dudes. I know everyone's
I wasn't
mind
gonna
went
say
there.
that.
Will was the pimento cheese.
Will
I
has
wasn't gonna
instilled
say
that thought
that.
into everybody's brain here. Let's just be
The
honest.
cosmic microwave background radiation.
So,
So,
Nuck, did you just confess to being bi?
Oh, Will
What?
has confessed to that many times.
yes, Will's bi, right?
Openly every day.
yeah.
I mean, to be fair, so am I, but nobody ever asks me.
Oh, so am I, but nobody ever asked me. I just
nobody
volunteer.
cares. So it's not really. It's like a who cares kind of thing. Who gives a shit?
Well, I mean, everybody just assumes that I'm straight because I'm dating two guys.
I'm married to a man, so I have to explain to people that that's the joy of being bisexual. Is I can
I mean, I'm
marry a
marrying
man.
I'm marrying a woman because I want biological children and I want to raise it with another person who's also biologically related. But if I didn't feel that way, I wouldn't have any reservations about who the hell.
I'm basically an incel without being an incel.
You know what, Knock? I don't know. You could probably get laid if you.
Oh, I could if I wanted to. I just don't have time
Probably.
for that shit. So.
Right.
You ever been to the Bunny Ranch?
It's so beneath you at this
Okay,
point.
so
right?
the
I
fact
wanna
that
go
I'm
to the Bunny
this
Ranch.
familiar with the alt-right, technically, Naka, you would be what's called a volcel. You are voluntarily remaining celibate. But the problem is, though, incels can never have had sex. That's what a lot of them
Yeah, I
are.
know. I kid. Like I totally yeah. I just don't have time. I don't have time.
Okay.
Like, I've got like several women interested in me right now, and I don't have time.
Oh, he's got them lined up around the block. Very good.
Well, they're younger too. That's always an issue.
Well,
They
and you
can't
don't
send them my way.
fans.
Just don't take over a teen mom group. Just
Well,
When
yeah,
I say
that's-
younger,
I mean,
like early 20s is I've got an age limit. It gets older as I do, and so that's a problem.
because, I mean,
Hey, that's the thing,
statistically
you gotta be
speaking, younger
comfortable.
women are into older men right now. Anyway.
Women
think
my
you have your
age
shit
are all
together.
conservative fuckers that like despise me. So, like, there's no meeting women my age. There just
But
isn't.
Despite what you might think about conservative women, they do put out. And
They put out.
oh yeah, man.
they want you to believe they don't, but that thing about Catholic girls is true. It's all that
Fucking Will.
repression.
Oh
Yeah,
gosh.
to be fair, like that was actually a thing in like the college that I went to, my alma mater. Like, you want to hook up with a Catholic girl. They're kind of rare up here, but like there was a thing about that. If they were wearing a purity ring in high school, chances are it will
Since
be
I've been
up.
an atheist, like 99% of my girlfriends have been Christian. Straight up.
Yeah,
Well, the thing
I
is,
mean, I'm more than
repression does bad
80%.
things to the brain.
I think it's that like I'm a bad boy just because I'm like an atheist and they're being bad. Yeah.
It'll be like it'll be 4 years with my atheist fiance in. Oh shit! It's actually this. Oh fuck! I actually forgot my anniversary. Oh fuck! Please don't watch this stream.
You're fucked now,
shit.
Will. I didn't even do it to you this time.
It's been 26 days actually.
Look how fucking high
I
are
always
you.
forget
Your,
it?
your eyes are like shut to a slit.
Who, me?
Perfect.
Yes.
I am very high, but I'm good. I'm gonna make another drink. I'm probably getting
another
drink.
For this the same time.
I'm so lucky.
I didn't have time to stop and get alcohol tonight. I wanted to rush home and get on the stream.
Okay, we've cut Will off like 3 times. He's being polite. We need to stop.
Sorry, Will.
All right, he's being polite, but fuck him.
Yeah, no.
I am totally like gonna.
Come on.
Yeah. All right, go ahead, Will. I was just fucking with you.
Okay, Nuck is drunk enough that I can pressure him into jack boxes.
What?
Probably.
Boy,
I'll be up for a while.
I couldn't participate right now.
You know, if you guys actually want to play jack boxes on Discord, you guys can hop into the recorded after show. And I actually have the ability to stream directly to Discord now because they finally enabled that, so we won't have to mess with Twitch this time.
The Jackbox,
Oh,
I've
yeah.
seen those. The cast of Critical Role played that
I could
recently.
totally run like
3,
an
5,
after
and
show
6.
right here on this channel. If you can put it on Discord, we could put it right here on this channel.
You'd have to figure out a way to screen capture it, yeah, but we could totally play Jackboxes if you guys... Are you guys in the chat interested in Jackboxes? Would you like to participate in that? Well, the problem is the stream delay will be bad, so people have to play from the Discord if they want to play with us.
Yeah, I won't be able to because of where I'm at right now. But I mean, I could drop in and make casual banter.
One thing I wanted to do, I work for a place that we do like dog boarding and daycare and all kinds of cool stuff. But we're also a rescue shelter, like people drop off owner surrenders. So we always need like food, wet food, dry food, stuff for cats. And we always need we do take donations, monetary donations, because we pay for spays and neuters and vaccinations and stuff. So I've been wanting to do a charity live stream, gaming live stream, to raise some money for my work for a good minute.
Yeah, I
so,
think you talked to me about that, and then I probably
yeah,
forgot.
and you were drunk when you answered my email. And when I brought up to you, you were like, "Yeah, I was pretty drunk. I don't really game much." I'm like, "Damn it, man." But but that's a thing that I've been wanting to do for a minute. So, Allie, if you're a gamer, hold on, I'm gonna put my email in the side chat, Allie, so I can give it to you. Because I don't know if Knock gave it to you, because I've been asking him for a fucking 100 years.
I'm
Give
so
Allie
bad
my
at that
fucking
shit.
email.
I'm so bad at that shit.
Here, Allie, I don't know if you can see this or not.
It's
Hang on.
fine. Nuck is a fellow writer, and he's had my book for 2 weeks and still hasn't read a page.
God, I haven't written anything in
I
literally
got
100
OCD
years.
and that whole like raging year bullshit got out of hand. Like it requires so fucking much time to go through all those goddamn streams.
Okay, so guys, on the here on the live chat, those of you that are on the Discord, do we want to do Jackboxes? So folks who are not on the Discord also, you will have to just kind of watch on the stream because there's too much of a stream delay for you to play from the stream. But if you want me to go live with Jackboxes on the Discord, it is now possible to stream it without picking up your guys' sounds, I believe. Because it does a game capture rather than a window capture with audio the way that Twitch does. So you guys won't have to hear it.
All right, couple of things. Couple of things now I remember.
Go
First
into
of all,
Knox's room.
I've streamed to Discord before, and it's absolutely ass. But you can try it.
We used to when we first started playing D&D, we were using Discord, and we were having a whole lot of problems with sound and streaming and the cameras on Roll20. We just said forget about it. We never used Skype.
Well, the thing is like with the way that Discord streams, like I've got I think I've got 75 meg internet at this point. So like my computer can handle doing both. Like this computer is more than capable of it, and my net connection is more than capable of handling it too.
Yeah, maybe
I mean, we can give it a shot. I don't know. I know I'm down to play, and we can try to stream. If the stream doesn't work out, then yeah, we can just play.
I'm down to banter anyway. I'm good till 3. and then I have to start actually doing work.
Spam the Discord. Anybody that wants to come in and play Jackbox, come into the Discord and play. We'll.
Where is
I've
it?
never heard of
Hopefully,
it.
it'll be all right.
Where is it, Knock? In your room? Dang.
We'll figure that out.
I'm good till I'm probably gonna make some sleepy time tea right now, and then about maybe 30 minutes after that take some melatonin. So I'm good until the melatonin kicks in, because I do have to work tomorrow. Not until 3, but I do have to get up and feed my pets at like 10:30.
I fucking. Oh, the FBI's listening again. I just heard the voices. I need my tinfoil. Where's my fucking hat?
All right, guys, I'm getting Steam up and running. For those in the chat that have never played Jackboxes on PL's channel or anywhere else, Jackboxes is a party game where
I've seen it.
you watch the screen, and at the beginning, there's a code that you can input in order to become one of the participants, and there's a bunch of different kinds of mini games that you all like play together and sort of compete together with on your phones. So if you're in the Discord and can come watch the go live, then you can play. Now, once the minigame fills up with the max number of participants, those who join on their phones become audience members, and you can actually influence the outcomes of those games just like the participants. You can't play with them, but you can do things like, for example, on the rap battle minigame from Jackboxes 5, you can give what's known as a cheer bonus for people who do a really good job on their raps.
and I'm terrible at this game, so you can watch me suck.
I think oh no, I
You
think
said that.
Knock beat me in the last round, and then I try to remember from the last time. That was
I was
one.
really bad, and I was really bad because I couldn't.
Okay, so
5
quick survey
hours.
for those who are familiar. Do you want to play 5, which is the one with the rap battle stuff, or do you want to play 6, which is the one where you're creating new slang terms and things of that nature? It's the newest one, and I've only played it with the Discord once.
Which is the one that has like the killing room guy? Where you
That's Jackboxes 3. Welcome to the Slay Room, which I do actually have. I have Jackbox 3 as well. So you guys let's take a quick survey. Do you guys want 3, 5, or 6?
3's fun. I've seen 3 being played. 3 is a lot of fun.
We can try. I don't care. Like I'm. It doesn't matter to me.
Anyone's good to me.
I know. I suck at the rap battles. I
once asked G-Man if his breaths were as stank as his raps.
Yeah, I used to be a rapper. You think I wouldn't suck at it, but I did.
Oh, you used to be a rapper, did you? All right.
One of my
I literally made 3 rap records. So yeah.
Nice. I'm a country bluegrass artist myself.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, I tried to learn the guitar. It didn't go very far.
Okay, guys. So the only thing is,
I got a banjo right here.
Naka, we have to all move to the Recordarium if we're going to play Jackboxes, because in order to go live on Discord, we have to move to Recordarium.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll go ahead and end the stream. Hopefully, I'll figure out, and maybe if you guys want to come watch us play, be a part of it, join the Discord. So yeah, this will be fun because I suck, but I'm going to end the stream. So when I end the stream, I usually do about 30 seconds to a minute of a closing screen just to make sure the stream ends correctly. So yeah, we'll just be quiet for about a minute. Let me pull shit
All right,
up.
let me do a quick preface thing. Anybody who wants to play, head on over to the Discord. Tony will drop the link in the chat, and get the record me roll after you find the password if you're new. After that, grab your cell phone and make sure that if you're not talking, that if you're talking, or if you're not talking, that you're muted, because it's going to turn into hectic. Anybody who doesn't get in for whatever we're playing immediately will become an audience member. You guys can still influence things, and anybody who's playing can come and chat with us in the Recordarium.
Yep.
Where?
Also,
Recordarium and my Discord server.
I forgot to mention, subscribe to Will Kincaid on all fine video platforms.
Yeah,
Discord
subscribe
just
to Will
blows.
Kincaid so you can watch me talk shit to Will Kincaid.
Hell yeah. I gotta get you on a stream one of these days. We're gonna talk shit in Discord or something.
We've done it before. All right, so All right, so I am going to my closing screen right after I say, like, be the conversation, bitches. Maybe we'll have, like, a game stream. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Peace.
What's it calling it?